Hello everyone. Happy Friday evening. Do days even exist anymore? This is something we were talking about before stream started, but technically it is Friday, and we are here to speak some words of magic with this wonderful game by Dylan Grinder. And just a little hint, if you're in the chat, if you put !Dylan in, you'll find some places where you can find the cool person who made this game and the cool stuff that he makes. Hello, welcome. My name is Jess. This is my channel. So happy to have you here. So happy to be playing this game with these cool folks we have gathered here today. And we are, for two of us, we played this game before, but two of us have not. We will not tell you who. It is a surprise. Regardless, we're gonna go through the rules of this game a little bit so that we're all on the same page. Those of you listening and following and watching, and those of us here playing. It is a very cool game. One thing we did cheat a little bit ahead was make our character names, because that takes too long in my opinion, deciding on a character name. So as I said, my name is Jess, but today I'll be playing Sabine, the magic person. What kind of magic we don't yet know, but let's go around and say hi to everyone and ask them who they are today. Next in line is Sharon.
Hi, I'm Sharon. Pronouns she, her, but I will be playing a character named Zafira. Pronouns also she, her, and I don't know anything about her yet. We'll figure it out as the game goes.
Perfect. And next in line is Ethan.
Hello, I'm Ethan. It's me, he, him. I will be playing a snooty Professor Hobbs. That's all I know about them. They use he, they.
Amazing.
Hi, I'm Sarah, she, her pronouns. I will be playing Persnickety. We'll see if her name matches her personality.
If you hadn't said that, I was about to ask.
Well, is that an ironic name? Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so great. It's a complete misnomer. We shall see, though, I suppose. So, as I said, this wonderful game is by Dylan Grinder, who makes a lot of cool stuff, and you should go check it out. And the Roll20 version of this game is now available in the marketplace. That is what we are using right now. You should go pick it up and grab it. It makes it so quick and easy to jump into. So really quickly, I'm going to say, why don't we go ahead and draw our first card. So the first thing you do in this game, after you make your names and decide your pronouns, you are gonna pull an Arcanum card. So that is the blue deck on the side. So if everyone wants to pull a card, this will tell you how you kind of channel your magic. So I'm gonna pull my words. I'm gonna go first. My words are restorative.
Okay, me next?
Yeah, go for it.
My words are profane.
That's great.
My words are stolen.
Ooh.
Ooh.
My words are elemental.
Ooh.
Okay.
That is awesome. That is wonderful. I'm very excited. I think we have a nice mix of kinds of magic here. Let's see. I think before, do we draw our cards? Sorry, I'm double checking because I literally like just read it and I'm second guessing myself. Ooh, we describe ourselves before we choose our magic words. That's what I wanted to know. So the next thing we will do is we figure out who we are, because we didn't know until just right now who we were. We had names, but what is that? What's in a name? So now we know a little bit more about ourselves by knowing how we do our magic. We are going to go around and ask each other a little bit of something about ourselves. So we're gonna go in order again. And on your turn, you ask each player to tell you one thing about their character. So I will go first, and I will turn first to you, Sorry, no. I will turn first to you, Zafira. Tell me one thing about Zafira.
Oh, man. Like anything?
Anything at all.
You can actually make this Jess. You can make this question more specific.
Okay.
In the past, I asked someone, "What kind of shoes do you wear?"
That's a good one.
So you can be as specific as you want.
Yeah. Okay. When did you discover your magic? Oh.
Can it be wait, I shouldn't be asking permission for this. But what about like when she like matured into her power, she wasn't aware of it, but she definitely tripped over something in the middle of the night, and while she was swearing, something happened, and that's how she figured it out.
I love it. That's so good. I'm making a note of this.
I'm so curious as to how this works. Like, does it depend on how mad you are, which swear words you use, the order?
That is so good. I seriously love that. Amazing. So I'm gonna turn next to Professor Hobbs. I'm sorry. I love that name. Professor Hobbs. What are you professor of?
Ooh, good question. How pretentious can I get? Like, ancient histories pertaining specifically to magical artifacts that do one specific thing that if I were to announce the name of would probably make your head hurt a little bit, so I'm going to refrain from doing that.
Wait, what's your type of magic again?
Stolen.
So.
Oh my god. Are you a museum curator?
Yeah, your study is like those kitchen tools that only do one thing or something?
I research very specific and niche magical artifacts from a previous, like, ancient, old...
Best apple peelers or something like that.
Egg slicers.
Arcane slap chop, Dustin said.
This word belongs in a museum.
I love it. Okay. Okay, Persnickety, your type of magic was elemental, right?
Yeah.
Part of me wants to make you decide if your name is true or not, but Persnickety, do you like your type of magic?
Yes. Yes, I think she likes her magic a lot. She's very outdoorsy, I think. Maybe like really in tune with the elements, and also enjoys making it like super flashy. Very big.
Awesome. Awesome possums. So that's my round. So next, Zafira will go around and ask everyone a question.
Okay. Okay. Sabine, what is your beverage of choice and why?
Well, of course, water. It's the most natural. It's the most restorative. Everyone, you need it. Other things are just derivative of, they just, it's just, you're kind of ruining an already good thing. Why would you do that? So, it's definitely water. I'm going to have to go with water.
Nothing hydrates better than water?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ethan. Sorry, Professor Hobbs. Sorry. Professor Hobbs. What's your favorite color and what's one memory you have associated with it?
Brown. Look, you can always trust the color brown. If something's brown, it's obviously not a magical, dangerous doom device. Blue, you can't trust the color blue. Things that glow blue, very dangerous. Red, extra dangerous. Never go close to anything that's red. Brown's safe. Brown's the color of dirt. Dirt's very safe. You just rub it into your wounds, you'll be fine.
Okay, I'm not going to you for restoration.
Interesting choice of band-aids. All right, persnickety. How do you prefer your steak cooked and why?
I prefer it extremely well done because, as I said before, I enjoy the use of my magic. So when I start to get in the zone, I kind of forget to bail out and stop. So while I would actually enjoy eating this very well done steak, I did enjoy the process of having cooked it myself.
I love that. Great.
That is so good. Amazing. Next is Ethan.
3 questions.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll just go in the same order. Sabine, what is one thing you wish you could have?
A vacation. It's just, that'd be really nice. When your words are restorative, a lot of people are like, hey, we could really use the hand, restoring this tree that got all sad. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, hang on one sec. And I never get a day off, so just a vacation would be really nice.
Zafira, what's one thing that you have that you wish you could get rid of?
I have an apprentice that kind of follows me around, and I kind of accepted his apprenticeship on accident. But he's the only person who kind of respects me. So I just keep dragging out the certification training as long as I can. His name's Boris. He's nice enough. I just kind of regret it sometimes.
I just imagine just having being a teen with when your words are profane is probably your strongest point, right?
Oh god. I like that.
Yeah. That's so good.
Is he good? Are you postponing it for genuine reasons, or is he actually competent at this stuff?
Oh, that's a good question. What do you think is more interesting?
Maybe we'll find out.
Whichever you want.
I think it's kind of the point where I should have graduated him a couple months ago, but I'm it's nice having someone who actually listens to what I say and doesn't and like takes me seriously. So.
Super valid.
I'm trying to think of a good last question in the same theme.
Yeah, you had the first two so perfectly, like...
Persnickety, what is one thing that you will always have on you?
Survivalist gear. I've never really lived anywhere. I don't own any property. I am at one with nature, and so I'm always like really prepared for things. I've got tents, I've got medical supplies, I've got a bedroll, I've got rations, I assume there's multiple languages. I carry like little like traveler's dictionaries around with me, like where's the bathroom and stuff like that.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I actually had some time to think of these. So, Sabine,
Mm-hmm.
what are the worst things that you've had to restore?
Oh man.
Gosh. That's like... It's tough because I'm thinking of some stuff, but it's stuff I don't like. So I'm like, I don't even want to say it. I'm like,
it doesn't have to be to humans.
I know. I'm trying to think of like, gosh, if I'm imagining if we are, I'm thinking of stuff where I'm like, if Sabina's in public, she wouldn't want to like say this stuff, but like I'm imagining you're like asking her and she's like,
just on the down low.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to do it, but one time my little brother's pet rabbit passed away and I tried really hard to use words to bring it back and it came back.
You can raise the dead?
Well, no, I don't. I like look around. Like, no, I definitely do not. No, I have never. I would never.
I get it. I'll keep it secret. You and me. You can trust me. Okay, I'm intrigued. Okay. Professor Hobbs, do you have a particular bad experience of why you're scared of glowing blue magic objects?
We're getting to character now, it feels like. Well, you see, when you've been stabbed by hundreds of them simultaneously, you become a bit skittish around them.
Makes sense.
There was one time we were investigating an abandoned, I don't know, it looked sort of like an egg. And at the center there was this...
How big, like...
No, quite large. Well,
okay.
It looked quite large because we were quite tiny to investigate it.
Okay, continue. This is a fascinating story.
And then we got to the center and there was a large blue crystal, and when we touched it, it exploded, unfortunately. We've recovered everything we could inside of our bodies as we left. We had them extracted, and they are now in quite pristine condition at the museum in the university, being studied.
Wow.
However, we believe we might have tainted it with our blood.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I've never really, done studies, but I bet you gotta be careful of those things. Okay. I got one last question then for Zafira. How have you used your magic in your profession? Have you struggled with using profane language at your place of work?
Considering that I'm contracted, my place of work varies a lot. And I will say it was very difficult at the nursing home. There were my great aunt was there, and she was very judgmental. So there are a lot of times where I just kind of have to work my way up to it. I think about like post-delivery delays and like loan sharks, and I really have to work myself up to being able to curse up a storm. I've taken to hanging out at the docks for some inspiration, but I'm starting to run a little dry there too. So if you have any suggestions, just let me know.
Will do.
Bathroom stalls.
Where?
Bathroom stalls. Quite tasteless language used in those places.
Yes, and I can
Maybe-
help you find a bathroom in all sorts of different countries.
Oh yeah. Maybe more tasteless language once they discover I've been standing there the whole time.
Oh, well, you know. I mean, perhaps it depends. Is it dependent upon how fancy the bathroom is?
Oh yes, it gets quite worse the fancier it is.
Yes. Fancy swears.
Like bullocks.
Oh my. Bottom.
Oh, bloody.
There's
Worst
probably
one.
also more things to hide behind in fancy bathrooms. I could be behind some topiary.
That sounds very inconvenient for a bathroom. Yeah, well, I'm very satisfied with that answer.
Amazing. Okay, so we have discovered, we know our names, we know our types of magic, we know a little bit about who we are and a little bit more about each other. Now's the time when we are going to actually discover our words. So everyone will draw 6 of the magic words from the word deck. I'm gonna draw mine out so that stream can see what they look like. I'm gonna draw them up here. So stream can see what these look like. And then one of the things you need when you play this game is a notepad and a pen. And when we started, I realized I'd grabbed a notepad and not a pen. So now I'm using like a gel pen, which is real messy. But we're gonna come up with meanings for our words, and you're basically just translating this word into what you think it is. You're not looking to write like a description, you're looking to like make a word from it, because later on in the game you're going to determine how to apply this word to situations.
And we'll also be mixing words.
Yeah.
To create new spells.
Okay, so single words.
Okay.
Single words are single like ideas. Right? So it could be like 2 words if it becomes one thing. Like I have a word here that's quadrionis, which is very long, which probably is either a very short word or a very long couple words. However you want to do that. Like you just make it up.
Okay.
Okay, so I draw 6 cards. Yes?
Yeah, draw 6 cards.
Yep.
And then you're gonna translate them into your notebook. Someone in chat asked, did the symbols mean anything? I mean, you could use them as inspiration if you like. You could kind of just take, whether it's like the sound of the word and what it makes you think of, or like the pictures on the card, or what, you can kind of like take what you will from it and make up a word.
So when we pick a word, is it like, should we pick a word that we would automatically associate with a spell, or is it just like anything?
It's kind of anything, because we're going to basically the next step is we're going to determine where we are. We're going to determine our current home base. We're going to decide why we are leaving, and then we will head out on the journey. And each scene is one person kind of like starts the scene. You pick a location, and you are kind of in control of that scene. Other people can say stuff, but it's your scene to determine like this is what it is. And then we will, after we have figured out what this place is, we will then draw a difficulty. Something will happen, probably not a good thing. Something will happen, and we will have to use our magics to deal with it. And as I did say off stream, but I will say it now on stream, the 2 dice you need for this game are a d6 and a d4. When you use your word, you use a d6 if you're trying to help or sort of deal with the situation. You can use the d4 to hinder the situation. And you have to roll a 6 to succeed. If you roll a 6, you have done exactly what you wanted to do. It worked exactly perfectly. It went flawlessly. It went amazing. If you did not roll a 6, but there was no hindering, you succeed, but it's messy, and you have to determine, you're like, oh, this is how it kind of went. It didn't work perfectly. This is what went wrong. But you know, we got out alive. Yay us! Sort of thing. And the hinder dice rolls its top number, which is a 4. That's when it's very bad. The spell not only fails, but like the sabotaging person gets to say exactly what went awry. Like exactly like how badly it kind of went. Whereas normally the person who started the scene gets to determine if you roll, like I said, if you roll a 6, how it went perfectly, or if you don't roll a 6, how it went okay, but not great. So that's kind of, you want words that you can apply to whatever. And after you use a word for a spell, they all go away except for one. If more than one, as long as more than one word is used, and you don't completely fail. Oh no, I think you get it no matter what. We discussed this at the beginning. It's no matter whether you win or lose, one word remains. All the other words are lost. They're gone. And that's kind of, when you run out of words is when your journey ends and you have to make the trip home. So we're kind of just heading out as long as we can until we run out of magic words and we have to go home. That's kind of the story.
I kept my words very simple this time.
I'm debating whether we want to say them or not. I haven't finished my...
We probably should.
Yeah. That's why I was like, it could go both ways. It could be fun to be all like, I have this word, haha.
Yeah.
But it could also... It doesn't necessarily say... I don't think the game says one way or another. No. It literally doesn't... So I guess it's up to you.
And I mean, if we don't say them...
Yeah.
They will all get said eventually.
Yeah.
So... Maybe not. Maybe keep a little surprise.
I vote we keep them to ourselves, and then we can like surprise people with our
surprise.
I'm all for
but
surprises.
I think you're also welcome to tell anyone at any point. Like if we're trying to figure out how to solve an issue, we could be like, I have these 2 words that might help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when we're discussing for problems, you can absolutely say like, I could help either kind of like this with this one. That's something that we like. You always kind of have like a bit of a discussion when dealing with the situation, to be like, I could kind of do this, or I could kind of do that. I'm trying not to write what I'm thinking. I keep thinking of animals, and I'm like, I don't want my word to be an animal. I guess I could apply. I guess it could be like, you apply these type of skills, but.
That's the. Yeah. Because they should also be kind of themed based off of what your words are.
Yeah, based on like because you know, if your words are elemental, like, or restorative or stolen.
Should I make more of mine curse words?
It's funny because I was watching another let's play of this, or people were playing spoken magic, and before that I had never seen anyone use profane as curse words. They've always been like evil demonic magics, or just like really like, but like swears is a fun
it's unholy, but in a less
yeah. I mean, I've wrote a foci for Cipher System that is who knows a curse word, so
It's so good.
So I think whatever you want, like some curse words would be good, but you can also find other ways.
Yeah. You could just throw them into a string of. You could just.
Or things that cause curse words, like Lego or something like that.
One word is a single
Coffee
Lego
table.
brick in the dark.
Okay. Does everyone have their words? I finally did mine. I had to take a second because I was trying to explain. I couldn't do them both at the same time. My brain isn't good. Okay. So, literally, the word after you make up your words of magic, your journey begins soon. But we begin at the beginning, as it is listed in the rules. So before the journey can begin, you need a place to journey from, your home. So draw from the bottom of the location deck and take turns describing. Oh, sorry. That's a good point. Let me put these away now that I have them. I'm gonna put them in my hand. Hang on. Sorry. So yeah, you can see the take. The problem is I was trying not to move the screen around too much because whatever I do is visible on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on, let me pick. Sorry, that's my bad though. There we go. Okay, there we go. So for anyone watching, the decks are on the side here. So we already used the Arcanum deck. That's the type of magic we had. The words deck is where we got our words from. The next deck is location deck. That's the green one. That's where we're going to, every time we start a scene, we're going to draw a location deck. But we're going to draw one now to begin the story. So we're going to draw the location card and we're going to take turns describing one aspect of our home and why we are leaving it. Once we all know about our home and have described it and feel like, oh, okay, now I have a feel for this place. Now we're leaving. That's is basically how it works. So I will draw, I'm gonna actually, can I? Trying to remember how to. I should be able to recall shuffle. I'll just pull out one.
Yeah.
So this is our home. Our home is. Sorry, I have to make it bigger.
What you hope not to find?
No,
Shores of Terror.
Oh my god!
Why are we leaving?
It's terrifying.
Wouldn't you?
Oh my god, I cannot believe we drew the Shores of Terror as our home.
Oh my goodness.
Can we all be scary people? Like, what is?
Step on, spooky.
Well, I'm a bit reluctant because, like, it's a shore. I'm sure it's got some like awesome water stuff going on.
Okay, so is it a misnomer? Is it like maybe it has really sheer cliffs that are like terrifying?
Maybe it's like a water park sort of thing.
The Shores of Terror.
Amazing.
Try our new loop-de-loop special and see if you hurl.
They've hired all the spirits and ghosts and selkies and stuff that were terrorizing the place earlier.
So they've turned a haunted shore into a haunted amusement park.
Oh my god, so it was just already there and they built on it? They were like, we could capitalize on this.
Yeah. How do they pay the undead though?
Oh, and
money.
Life Force. Look, we're bringing in lots of fresh people with lots of, we're gonna make sure they're hyped up on sugar and fatty foods, and then you just take a little nip, just a little nip.
Just like a couple months eat off of each one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I really like that. The Selkies are just like, you get one bite, you get one nibble on each customer.
And everyone, those of us who live there and work there, we literally have to stand there with like a swat, like a little fly swatter, like, no, down, you had your nibble, stop it.
Back in line.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That haunted, like the Hall of Mirrors part of that is gonna be crazy.
Wait, do we live here? Is that what this implies?
This is the place we live in, yeah.
This is our home.
Oh.
I mean,
it could, okay, we can modify it.
I want like a really cool water bubble. Like I just live in like a hollow bubble of like swirly seawater and stuff.
I mean, you are elemental.
Yeah.
Looks like I found a lot of reasons to curse, though.
just turn around, there's just a ghost there.
I now feel like my words of restoration are just because like I'm first aid staff. Like this is so.
That's why it's so taboo for you to to actually raise undead yourself. They have very strict hiring policies.
Yeah.
And you just circumvented that.
Yeah. We only use the natural undead, like the ones that are already like from the magics of these lands.
The ones who have crashed upon the shores.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to create new undead. That's no good.
Wait.
Like the difference between champagne and sparkling wine.
Well, follow up on a later day, I'm like pulling you aside being like, sorry, did you actually like raise it from the dead properly, or is this a zombie hamster situation now?
That's a good question. Is it like Pet Sematary? Like that movie terrified me when I was a little kid. No, I'm gonna say I like it came back. But it was a bunny, so it lived for like 2 more years. Like, you know what I mean? It was still like old. I basically just like hit the I flipped the switch on and off.
You power cycled it.
Yeah, I just did a real quick, like it wasn't super fancy, it wasn't perfect, but like I just kind of hit the restart button on that one bunny that one time. We don't talk about that though.
Yeah. Hand to God.
Okay, so I mean we discussed a lot, but I think we each have to go around and say like one thing now about the shores of terror from which we live. I want to think. I like the idea that so there's the shores, so there's beach. Maybe like I like the idea, if it's okay with everyone, that like we found this area. It was already the shores of terror, and like our ancestors capitalized on it. So, you know what I mean? A lot of people that like live or work here have either been here a while, or they're like, it's doing good enough to invite new people. Go ahead.
Wait, it's like, oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to add to that. I think the reason why it was originally called the Shores of Terror is because there is a coral reef that a lot of ships wrecked upon.
Mm-hmm.
So not only were there a surplus of ghosts, but also ships to use the wood from.
Ooh.
So this amusement park is made out of old wrecked ships.
I love it.
and staffed by fallen sailors.
Yep. It's real thematic.
Okay. I love that. I just want to say that there's a separate residential section.
Oh yeah, no, there's a whole town. Like
there's a town that like works. It's staffed by the undead and the town.
And there's a town.
Do they possibly not put a lighthouse up on purpose because they want like an inflow of new employees?
Oh my
So
gosh.
they built a lighthouse, except the ghosts were like, hey, you know what we could do? We could just make this a beacon. So it actually calls sailors towards it.
Oh my god.
You put a siren up in there, and that's all you need.
Oh yeah.
She's 24/7 singing her song. Just constantly.
Gotta get that soul juice.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I wanted to add. So there is a separate residential section from the thing. Who else wants to add something?
I'll add something. I don't work here. I'm just squatting. I've come in. I annoy everyone. I have not left yet. I'm trying to learn like water magic from all like the water-based spirits around here and water-based monsters. And yeah, so I feel like I'm kind of waning a bit, which is why I want to head out. But I think there's also like in my experiments, I've added some wildly unsanctioned but popular things here. So
That's amazing.
And I've warmed up to you guys. I like you guys, and hopefully we may work together on some things, like to make some new attractions and stuff.
I like that. Okay.
I'm just trying to think of what more I could add, because this is
You could just define.
great.
You could just define something if you want. If you wanted to, like, you know what I mean, chisel something down a little bit, or. Ethan, was your thing the lighthouse or the ship or the coral?
The coral reef, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why it was called the Shores of Terror. My other idea for why it was called the Shores of Terror involved like kraken orcas who would like beach.
Kraken orcas? Wait, is this like an Avatar where you always have like animal hybrids?
So think a kraken with like the noodly arms coming out the end, but instead of the head, it's the head of an orca.
So scary teeth.
Like a squid?
So it's like a giant squid, but with the head of an orca.
Okay, I have a question. Are they going backwards, or are these like forward arms off the head?
Is the mouth where a squid mouth would be, or is it like inverted? So it's just like a flying terror.
So take an orca, cut off everything from like the neck down.
Okay.
Take a squid and jam it into the orca. So you have the noodly arms coming out the back of an orca.
Okay.
So it's like a mermaid, except instead of a human and a fish, it's an orca head and a kraken.
Yes.
Tentacles. Okay.
These are the stories we tell the children. Why they shouldn't go into the water.
It sounds like those are really important.
Watch out for the orkin.
Orkin with the last syllable K-E-N.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like the Davy Jones ship from Pirates of the Caribbean. Like once you die here, you work here forever.
Yeah.
Don't go into the water or you'll become an employee.
Oh my gosh, that is terrible. Do you want to work here forever?
You don't have benefits.
Dental's not included.
Amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have.
We did come up with a lot, so if you don't want to add anything else, I think that's fine.
I think it would be cool if we had like some kind of residence, like or attraction, I suppose, like built into the cliffside.
Mm-hmm.
I've always just thought in general that's really cool, like having like you go down a set of stairs and then there's like a series of tunnels or even halls or something in the cliff.
Ooh, what about like a spelunking adventure?
Was that where the homes are though? Like in the cliffside, or is that
like
where
the residences?
Yeah. Or is it the other way around?
I feel like that would be kind of cool to be the residences, because then that would be like us always looking out on the ocean, seeing new people come in.
There has to be a good part to living and working here.
We kept all like the ship rigging, so like we climbed down nets.
Yeah.
We have like we use the sails for wind power. to like have big
Ooh.
like windmills in places.
That would be cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, and also this is a tiny bit inspired by the story of like the tunnels beneath Disney World that the employees used to get around.
That's neat. So wait,
I like
just
that.
so the residences are like in the cliff, like almost like little hobbit holes, but like in the cliff, and you can scamper up them, all the rigging and stuff. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it like those cross section of anthills, like everything's kind of built into the side of the cliff?
That would be really cool. And then like the attraction part is all like on the surface, but
Yeah.
we're all kind of like running
Yeah.
around underneath
That's fun.
for our actual homes.
Okay.
I like how
it.
this like started. Shores of Terror. Oh no!
Oh
Endpoint. Really cool amusement park.
Hobbit holes.
no! Heck yeah! Hobbit cliffs. Okay. So if everyone is good with that, that is our home.
Why would we ever want to leave?
We
such an
have to
amazing
say why
place?
we're, yeah. Once we know our home, we have to leave it. Why each, let's go around each person maybe? Are we all leaving together for a reason? Or do we each like
Maybe we're all off to see the world for like different reasons, but I'd say like let's leave together. I like you guys.
There's only one
know?
road out of town.
like so we just meet at the like one road. We're like, oh, okay.
We all said goodbye like when we were like parting from the town, and then we like awkwardly end up going the same direction.
I
And
was like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm headed this way.
That's awkward.
I said
Super
why I
awkward.
wanted to leave. I think. Why are you guys leaving?
Hold on, cause I need a vacation. you asked me that earlier. Ethan asked me that earlier. I need a vacation. I think this place is great and all, but what the heck is the outside world like that people come here for amusement?
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, I've been honing my elemental powers at themed theme parks, and if this is the water one, you cannot imagine the fire one.
Amazing. Okay, does everyone feel good? Does anyone have any other
Reasons why we're leaving.
Yeah.
I think this is my last excuse for my apprentice being like, oh no, you can't graduate yet. I have to go take care of something. And you have to come with me, and that'll be your final credit. And
So,
to keep
if I may
Boris.
interject
yeah.
and just sort of tie all this together, I think Hobbs heard everyone talking about these things and just sort of like, oh, well, I know a perfect place that we can go to.
Pray tell.
It'll be relaxing, it'll be educational, it'll be full of magic, I'm certain.
And Boris is like, oh, that sounds perfect. And I'm like, oh yeah, so perfect.
Wait, what's your
Hobbs.
apprentice's name?
Boris.
Boris. Okay.
I love it. Amazing. Okay. I'm first, so I will draw the first location card. And hopefully it's just as good as our home location, you know?
There's some very good locations in this
You
deck.
know? So, let's see. Shall we? Location is the Fracture. Great.
Thanks, Professor
Cool.
Hobbs.
And it's the like little like prompt of hint is forbidden magic. So maybe this is like one of the reasons why people don't like leave here a ton. You have to pass the Fracture, which is literally like just this chasm, just this like huge, and it's because it's a fracture, it's just like it's very thin, like it's a thin line, but it goes like real deep. Like if you look down, it's like you cannot see the bottom, and there's just like wisps of like arcane energy like poofing out of it, like almost like little sunspots, like just occasionally like poof. And yeah, I think yeah, so I think Savid, yeah, definitely like leans over to look and then like turns to Professor Hobbs like, is anyone like look around, has anyone fallen down there? Is that bad? Does it give you superpowers?
Oh, quite the opposite. It makes you dead.
Oh, yeah, that is the opposite of superpowers.
However, if you were looking for less of an ultimate issue, I'm pretty sure breathing it would also be dangerous.
Oh, it takes a step back, several steps back.
I'll take a few steps back from the thing as well.
You know, we never did quite figure out what was forbidden about this place, though.
The death?
Oh, that can't be it. We go to we experience death all the time.
Undeath seems very different from actual death, though.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of life do you live?
I think Hobbs has spent his entire life working at the Rare Objects Consortium of this amusement park.
Oh, if there are a lot of shipwrecks, are you like Ariel from Little Mermaid and you collect all the things from the shipwrecks?
Wait, Rare Item Consortium? Do you run the gift shop?
It's not a gift shop. It's a place of priceless artifacts.
Oh, it's like the fancy part of the gift shop, like back at the back where they have like expensive things. Oh.
Well, hey Boris, do you want to check that out?
Yeah, go put your finger in it.
This is what you use Boris for.
The canary in the coal mine?
Our 10-foot pole.
I would think that, like, as a general personality trait of his, he's learned to be careful around these sort of things.
Be like, hey, psst, kid, here, take this, and I'm gonna have a, like, I don't know, like a collapsible pole that I'll give and be like, stick this in instead. And like unfold it and unfold it and unfold it, like a 15-foot collapsible pole.
This seems like a good place for me to draw the problem card. Which is the next part of every scene. For anyone just joining in, hi everyone. We're playing Spoken Magic. It's an amazing game. If you put !Dylan in the chat, because I linked it to all of Dylan's stuff, you can find this and other cool stuff that Dylan does and pick it up. It's awesome. We have just left home. This is the very first place we've gone to, the Fracture, and we're about to draw our first ever problem card. Yay! A hungering fog. How perfect! That's actually
what's happening.
That's actually what's happening.
So now we're learning why it's forbidden.
Each participating player loses an additional word.
Oh, so we're just losing a word here.
I'm gonna step forward. This is fog and air. I think I can deal with this. Is this where I like put a word down?
Yeah, you can apply something to this to fight it.
I'm going to apply my word. Which one did I? Yaren. And it means blow. Where do I put that? Here?
You can just put it on the table.
Yeah, you can put it on the table and then we'll put them in the discard pile after. Or you can put it in the discard pile for now.
Can I is that how this works? Can I like apply that word to this problem?
Yeah, I think we all lose a word no matter what we do here.
We all automatically lose a word.
Yeah.
Like we have to discard a card from our hand right now.
Oh, I had assume participating meant only the people who like put words into the spell.
Oh yeah, you're right. Each
I
participant.
was gonna
player.
take it for the team.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Wow,
I
okay,
see.
so like you give Boris this pill. Boris walks over, goes to poke the stuff, and the fog comes up and like comes at us, and Persnickety just like steps forward and like uses this magic word.
I'll like grab where this pole is like sticking out behind him because it's just way impractically too long, and try and like pull him backwards, and then form like sort of like ooh, and a giant cyclone comes out as I blow out.
Okay. Is anyone else gonna do anything to help here?
I think Jess, you are
I think I have to? Yeah, I wasn't sure. At least one word must be committed to each spell. Complete, right?
Oh no, just one word.
It just says one word.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. I do feel like I should help though.
I have nothing that applies.
Yeah, I'm not sure I have anything that applies.
I don't want to steal the fog. This seems like a bad thing to keep.
Clouds with teeth are usually bad things.
Yeah. That does remind me of, I played in a campaign, a like actual Pathfinder module in which we had to fight a sentient mustard cloud.
Yeah.
A what?
we were in Russia at the time during the revolution, fighting sentient mustard clouds and Rasputin.
Rasputin, that makes sense.
Yeah. It didn't make sense.
I guess, I guess it just makes sense for you to go ahead and like do this. So go ahead and roll a d6, and you have to roll a 6.
Okay. I'll blow out my dice for luck. Hopefully that'll... 5.
Oh, so close. Okay.
So it's a partial success.
It's a
then,
partial
right?
success.
So you get does Persnickety get to like narrate how that's a partial success then, or
Wait, I think it's up to Jess. I think she describes most of this
I
stuff.
think it's me.
It's your
Okay.
turn.
It's my scene, so I think I'd describe. So I think honestly that Persnickety just kind of like reacts the fastest to this and steps forward like very bravely. And there's almost just like, do you do like a pose? Is there like a power pose you do as you like?
No, I'm doing like big big gesture magic, swirly things, drawing glowy blue lines in the air, and then like rune magic as I speak. No, I think I write out my magic. I know it's called spoken magic, but I'm gonna say I write out my words and like.
Okay. So we see like these blue runes form, and then like go and like blow back this hungry fog. But it still manages to like grab on the pole and kind of yoink it with it, and like the pole goes and Boris is starting to go with it, but Boris manages to like let go of the pole at the last second, and the hungry fog just takes the pole down into the chasm, and Boris is like on the edge, like looking.
Hurry now, quick, cross while it's eating.
While it's eating the pole.
It ate my collapsible pole.
We shouldn't have fed it to it then.
Just kind of grab Boris's arm and go like, I hope you learned a valuable lesson. Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna grab Persnickety, who seems to be like upset over her pole, and be like, thank you so much, but let's go. Like,
Okay. I'll run across. Okay, I I have to lose another word, right? But then you also get to gift my word that I just did to someone else, don't you?
No, because only one word was used.
Oh, that's true. It has to be 2 or more. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to discard my word. It's andon, and it meant grind, but did not get used.
I think the point of the why there's 4 discard piles. Yeah, is so that we each have our own.
Okay.
Oh, I see. So this is a 6-player game, or 4-player.
It's a 4-player game.
Okay.
I mean, you could play it. You could literally play it with 1 player.
Okay.
When I was setting up the game, I wasn't sure if there was going to be an extra person, and I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure this is only a 4-person game. And then I messaged Dylan, and I was like, Dylan, can I play this with 5 people if I have an extra person? And Dylan actually gave me instructions on how to modify the rules to make it happen. But yeah, you can play 1 to 4 is kind of the preferred, based on the number of cards and all the stuff in the deck, and kind of how it flows naturally.
I put my cards in discard 4 since I'm cut from the Twitch screen. I'm player 4.
I think that's perfect. I think that makes perfect sense. So we did that scene. Now it's time for Zafira.
Okay, so I draw a location card, yeah?
Yes.
Or ideal one, rather. And it is, what is that? Gilded Reef.
Put these
Great
here.
treasure. Go back here.
Yeah, because the current one now.
So I suppose that means we've been continuing to walk along following the shoreline. And oh man, what if this is like a direct foil to the Shores of Terror?
Ooh,
it's a resort instead of an amusement park.
I love that.
Separated by a cursed chasm.
Well, what was it called again? The fracture is what keeps all the undead on the other side.
Yeah. That's such a good point.
Yeah, I mean, I recently read a news article about the Maldives, and so that's all I have in my head. Is for some reason the climate changes after half a day's worth of travel, and it's tropical and warm, and the waters are bright blue, and I guess if there's a reef, there's reef in the name, then there's probably a coral reef here as well, except it's a lot better marked, and you get scuba divers instead of shipwrecks.
I love it. I was actually going to say, from your description, is this the first time any of us have seen a nice beach, not covered in undead and stuff?
I'm a bit I didn't know water could look like this. I can see my hand in it. It's gently barbling instead of.
Don't trust that, it's blue.
I'm gonna play around with it, I guess.
Well, I mean, I actually feel like I would trust it less if it was brown. I know you really like brown. I know
It's
it's
the
not
most safe.
I would agree that brown water is generally something you want to avoid.
Yeah. So I feel like this is actually good.
You will not see me near it.
Wow.
I definitely think this is improvement over the fog that ate my pole.
Yeah.
Wait until your feet are eaten by whatever's in that accursed water.
I will stick my foot into it. Splash around a bit.
Oh, I see. Maybe this is. I see a place over there with the letters S, P, and A on the sign really big. that seems like someplace I want to check out.
Why?
You don't think there are any ghosts around here, right? I've never heard of one of these before.
I kind of look at it, go, spa.
Spa, yeah, spa, whatever that is.
Maybe it's probably an acronym for something like special place around area. Yeah,
special place area.
So that sounds good though.
I'd check it out.
A point of power then.
Yeah, there's gotta be.
That's probably it. Maybe that's where
blue power.
Yeah, that's where they keep all the magic.
Okay.
Oh, you have to go and figure out whatever rituals they use.
Okay.
Okay, I go to the
Whatever artifacts we can procure.
Professor Hobbs, do you ever ask before you take these artifacts?
What? And he's already gone in the room.
Amazing.
I will note one of my spells is called borrow, but with this many I got so many quotation marks around it.
Like a little rain cloud around borrow.
Yeah. Borrow.
Yeah.
Do you want to draw the problem?
Oh yeah. Which deck is that?
That's the bottom one, the brown one.
Oh, the brown one.
All the way at the bottom.
I trust brown.
Yeah, I love that.
Trust brown.
Can we though?
Oh.
Oh.
What?
Wow, these are rough.
The Lich's corrupting influence. At least one player must contribute a hindering word. Okay. All right, so plot twist, the spa is run by a Lich.
Oh, this place is bad. Can't trust nice looking places.
Yeah.
Go to the wholesome undead theme park, not the gilded gold beach resort.
See, we show. This is why our dangerous cliff is better than this fancy, nice, clean beach reef. Like,
I don't know. I'm kind of liking it. I kind of wish my water looked like this. Who cares about brackish stuff? I think I'm up about this.
Can you imagine, though, like a Lich coming down in their bathrobe and being like, I can give you the secret of eternal youth?
is that what they do?
I'm into that.
Their skin is all like nice and moisturized, so they're not like. But they're still kind of pruny because that's just what a Lich is.
Do they just have like a skull head and then like a beautiful body? Like.
So someone has to contribute a hindering word.
Yeah.
May I contribute Kepris, which is to keep.
So that's hindering?
So as in whatever is here is trying to keep us here.
Oh, is that something like, is that like we walk in the door and there's like glitter like behind us, you know, like kind of that like almost invisible like sheen you see in like an anime or something like that when like they're trying to indicate something happened but it was like barely visible,
right,
kind of like no.
Force fields.
Yeah, like a wall, an invisible wall popped up.
There's that, and there's also this like magical hospitality. Right? Like whatever's happening here, the Lich needs to keep people here.
Okay. I'm gonna use. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just said I buy it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna use one of my words, which I have to look at because I can't read my writing. Did you just flip your word upside? Oh, because it's a hindering word. Okay, that is so smart. I was like, why did that just happen? I'm gonna use my word destati, which I've decided means stop, And so literally this lich is like walking down the stairs to be all like, come into my parlor. It's so beautiful. And Savita's like, and then like turns to everyone like, are we sure about this? Like, is this, like.
You got distracted.
Is there
I will contribute a word. Hold on, I'm still not entirely sure how to use my roll 20 controls, but I will throw down this trie, which I have decided means caltrop, or like a Lego brick or anything else sharp that you may step on.
Yes.
And I am going to put it on the stair step to like hopefully like for him to step on, fall down the stairs, and distract him long enough for us to go.
So in combination, because I think you're actually supposed to like merge these concepts of spells together.
Oh.
So like
okay.
stop plus caltrop is awful.
It's like, no. Oh my god!
Oh no! Wait, are we being too mean to the lich?
No.
I don't feel. I mean, they're trying to keep us here for.
They're literally says corrupting influence.
Yeah.
Fair.
I know they look real good, but we have learned that just shows how bad they are. Anything that looks good is very, very bad in this world.
That's why you trust Brown.
Stop caltrop. Wait, so are we definitely going with stop caltrop?
Unless you have anything you want to add.
Stop dropping caltrop.
What if
Yeah,
we
I know, that's
flipped
what
it? Caltrop stop, like we just like rains of caltrops that cause him to stop, or like makes him giant and
make him stop exactly when he lands on the caltrops. It's
what I
like
was
permanent.
That would be what I had.
Permanent pain is what I was assuming.
Well, just long enough for us to get out.
Yeah. And it's just like an ouchie pain. It's like he's gonna grab his foot and hop around on one foot for a while afterwards.
He's
But it
gonna
makes
say
him a
some
lot less
profane
attractive.
words.
Yeah. Yeah. You caused a corrupting. What is your thing again? Profane. You caused profanity.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the spell.
Okay.
What if just as like a last little cherry on top? What if him needing to swear like removes the disguise?
Ooh.
Well, I think that's gonna be determined by how good we roll.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Okay, so those of us that put in helpful words get to roll a d6, and those of us who put in mean words. Did you roll a 4? You rolled a 4. I see it in your face.
Rolled a 4.
All right, I rolled a 1 on my d6.
Oh my god! If I don't roll this 6, Anna Landine dice, please help. Come on, Anna. Nope.
Aww.
This goes really bad for us. What happened?
Oh no.
So I think the spell happens, and the like facade is removed from the lich, but he's a lich and has no feeling in his feet.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
And I think the facade of the resort around us melts away. And what we once saw as the Gilded Reef is even more sick and twisted than even our own little haunted beach.
Aww.
What we thought were like coral reefs are just bones. And all the like brilliant resort features are not brilliant resort features.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like a rotting ghost town.
What if all the
no actual
water's like
ghosts.
acid?
Yeah.
Ooh. And is like the lich the only real person there?
I think so. But we can now see all the normal people who are here, who we saw like relaxing and like enjoying their times, are still in that image, like, so they're like lying on the beach with the acid water coming up, washing their toes.
So they're like dead, not undead.
Oh no, they're still alive. This hasn't happened yet. Like, there's living people here who haven't seen what is about to happen to them.
I see.
That's terrible. So wait, do we
can still escape.
Yeah. So we can escape, but it's like with the knowledge that all those people are stuck there. They should have just come to our resort, which is the actually good one. We have all our undead under wraps. Like, ours are trained real good.
Are
nice
like
people.
business cards and flyers and
There's a gift shop where if you touch things, the owner yells at you. Sorry, that's your museum, Professor Hobbs.
So I think one of the things that happens, because Ethan was the hindering person and the hindering one, Ethan gets to look at the top problem card in the problem deck and decide if it needs to go to the bottom of the problem deck or if it should stay there.
Oh, that's a fun little thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's put that at the bottom.
Let's gamble and hope that the next one is better than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think you regain control of the scene and how we exit the scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just get to explain why the spell goes wrong.
Okay. Yeah, so the glamour kind of fades. We all look around in shock. I guess Boris decided he couldn't afford a spa because he has a student's budget, so he was standing outside. And so he, like, freaks out, opens the door, and is like, everything here is really screwed up. And then, but that's like, that's enough of like a
jolt
for like us to be able to make our escape.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Ethan.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Where are we going next?
Because we did cast 3 cards there, you get to choose one of them and give them to someone else. Before we exit the scene, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Which of the cards? So the words were stop, caltrop, and what was your word,
And
Ethan?
keep, right?
Keep.
Yeah.
I feel like keep could be useful.
Okay.
And
who
then
would you give it to?
I guess I'll give that to Persnickety because she has 1 fewer card than us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Which one was that? Because I can put it in my deck.
Kepris.
Okay.
This one.
Take card. Okay.
Perfect.
Kepris.
And then the other 2 are just like discarded, like gone, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm crossing mine out. What? I think that was like my best word too.
Oh.
No, I just mean it's funny. It's good.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Ready to go? We're ready to.
Yeah.
New location, I guess.
Nothing can be
Get out of
worse
here.
than this. Let's go.
The Titan Tooth Mountains, a hidden way. Oh yeah, we can go ahead. It's important to keep those in order.
Yeah. Apparently, Dylan was saying if you select a card and press Z, you'll see it big.
Ah.
Ta-da!
Oh. Okay. Neat.
Neat. Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Titan Tooth Mountains. We didn't want to take the normal way. So Professor Hobbs is like, oh, I took an expedition into the mountains over there. I know there's a path. Most people didn't know about it. It's a little more difficult for up to the task, but it will ensure that we're not followed.
Good. That lich was hella
I like
scary.
the sound of that.
Also,
Yes,
this is
that's
a learning opportunity.
Don't mind the fact that it looks like actual teeth.
That's
Is
just
it?
a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
Our excavations were inconclusive.
If I like reach out, does it feel like dirt? Like, can I feel like?
Does it feel like gum?
I think, if anything, it probably feels like stone.
Okay.
Or mud.
Okay, but earthy, not fleshy.
Yes, so like clay and stone and there's lots of like natural like short grasses and like thin trees and that sort of thing growing out of here.
Okay.
And there's lots of switchbacks, which are everyone's favorite.
You feel like you made no progress, just like 10 feet up the hill.
This is how I live. I love this, and I'm like already taken off with my giant pack, hopping it up the mountain.
Persnickety, does everyone have water? Has everyone been taking care? How are you feeling? Is good? Is that a skim knee I see? That's like my
Oh,
special.
I hope you don't see my knees. That'd be improper.
I think you could see quite a lot of me, so definitely my knees.
Yes, not you. Professor Hobbs, you're going to have to tell me if you need any help. See, I can see if.
I got my hat. I've got my tea. We're excellent.
All right.
Does your hat have like those flaps to protect you from the sun?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I can like roll up when it's not too sunny.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a pith helmet.
Is it like a top hat or
The hat actually changes every single scene and fits whatever scene we're in.
Okay, so what is it currently?
We're going on an expedition, so probably like a
Big brim hat. Okay.
yeah. Just ahead is the abandoned town.
Oh. Why did it get abandoned?
Unknown reasons. We don't investigate the what do you call it? I'm actually forgetting the word. The one where you study ancient peoples.
Archaeology?
Sociology.
Anthropology.
Anthropology.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't study so much as the social anthropology as much as what they left behind.
And then you take it.
Yes. We reclaim it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just take stuff. Normally when I travel around, I leave it there, but I'm liking this new approach.
I will
need
say
the correct certifications. You must be a professor, you see. And he hands over his certification, which just says Professor. The first name's completely blacked out. Hobbs.
Wait, what's this part?
I don't know. It's been stolen.
You lost your first name to someone?
Oh yes, this is quite a small price to pay.
Oh my gosh, I want to use my magic on this, but I probably can't because it's not part of the problem yet.
Should I pull the price?
Because I'm restorative. I want to restore your name.
Oh, that would be so cool.
I was just going to chime in with Zafira is probably huffing and puffing, like 20 feet behind everyone, and Boris is carrying her pack.
Do you need water? Like,
I'm fine.
oh my. What does that mean? I'm gonna click that big so that stream can see what Ethan just pulled.
Can it be a fake? We already inserted stolen names into this world.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Is this at the like? Did we arrive at the civilization you were talking, like the ancient civilization,
I
or
think
is
we
this?
did, and it's not currently abandoned. It's been retaken by nature and possibly like a fairy circle or something.
I like it.
Was this here last time you were here, Professor?
Oh, I don't remember singing. No.
Oh my gosh. It sounds really pretty.
Yeah. Why don't we go check it out? Like, I think we should just kind of head over there.
We should definitely go over and see whatever that is.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe they'll have some new wares. Yes.
Yes, we absolutely have to.
I'm coming, guys. All right, you're leaving without me. I'm following.
Is Boris carrying you like a baby, like forward, or like on his back, like a backpack?
I think like a backpack is probably a little funnier, and I'm like, all right, over there to the music. Yeah, right there. Oh, okay, that was a hard step. Okay.
It's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
So what is it? Is it song? Is it something physical?
I think Deadly Beauty. Okay. I think we are being sort of like pulled in by this music as we've kind of like roleplay it into. And fairies aren't actually terribly good in a lot of folklore. They tend to eat people.
Yep.
And I think that's what we're getting into.
Teeth.
Is the sort of like needle-teethed fairies who like hide them in their like they smile and then once you see their actual
The smile like grows.
yeah, like the smile like wraps around their head.
Oh, I love that. They're so pretty. Like they until you like
a hinge head.
So yeah, we kind of like
like the top of the head like falls back and
with teeth. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I think like we're like watching the song and they're starting to get closer and closer to us.
Okay, so it's not even just one. There's like a lot of them.
There's like a small town of fairies. And
okay.
The music stops and they all smile.
Can I put down a card?
Oh, this is spell time, yeah.
Yeah. Are you helping or are you hindering? What's happening here?
I'm gonna help, but I'm gonna be like, oh no, this is super bad. I'm gonna overreact, and I'm going to put down burr, which means disintegrate.
Interesting. Okay.
Ooh.
I have a thing, but I'm waiting to... Sorry. People are like racing outside my house. They really want to get away from these spooky fairies. Okay, they're getting out of here. They are getting out. I don't know. I actually have I have a word that I have written down, Hinla, which I have written down means song. So I almost feel like that kind of suits this situation. But
in that case, I'm gonna use Scintilla, which is take.
Ooh, take the song away.
So we're gonna take the song and disintegrate it.
Oh my god, I love that. Okay, so I'm definitely playing Hinla. I love that. Okay. Do you have anything you want to add, or are you good? Is Zafira adding anything, or?
Sure.
It's up to you.
I was gonna. I mean, this is already kind of perfect. I was going to throw in Iser, which in my thing means exposed.
Ooh.
So it would like.
Oh, so like exposed song.
Expose the song, take it, and then
and destroy it.
Yeah.
So it literally. Oh, okay. If this works. Oh, I don't want to like say it. I'll let someone else do it. But I like.
We gotta roll some d6s.
Okay, so we all roll a d6. This is the first time we're all rolling a d6.
Need my good d6.
Oh,
6.
Ah!
Right.
Thank goodness, because I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 3.
What I imagine is they start smiling and they open up their mouths, and at that moment, the professor like grabs the air and yanks the song out of their mouths that they've opened, like out of their lungs, and they deflate and fall to the ground.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like, and then it just sort of disapparates into the air.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I like this.
It's like, oh, that worked.
What?
Yeah, and then Zafira just bolts.
Oh yes, we should probably leave. Yes, no time to investigate.
A good plan. Is everyone okay? Okay, yeah, I guess we'll deal with that
Hurry
later.
down the path.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Hurry down the path.
All of them. No bite marks. No curses.
Yeah, is everyone, anyone, we're good? Is anyone?
Just running then.
Shockingly, yeah.
Yeah, just. Okay, perfect. Amazing.
Wow.
What? Okay, so the words were song.
Erase.
Song, expose.
Oh, expose.
Disintegrate, and take.
I really like expose for fun magical shenanigans.
Yeah, it is a fun word.
Like
Right.
like finding secrets, like
Yeah.
Okay.
the
Yeah,
enemy's
so
weak spot.
Yeah.
that would be Azer then, or
Okay.
Azer, however you want to.
Mhm. It's up to you, if I remember correctly. And let's give that to Jess.
I will take it. I will take. I'm happy to take that card. It sounds like an awesome card.
All right. We succeeded.
Ha-ha! We got one. We got
Through the power of
one.
teamwork.
Something worked.
Finally.
We still ran away, but we defeated it first this time.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Awesome. Hey, sometimes running away is the right thing to do.
Always.
Sometimes that's how you have to take care of yourself. It's very important that you take care of yourselves. You know,
Yes.
and then if you didn't take
Cardio.
care of yourself, did you say it's cardio?
This is why it's important to ensure good shoe quality.
I'm just gonna use my like air powers to just kind of like lift myself along, so I'm just kind of floating down the track.
Amazing.
But I think we make it past the Titan Tooth Mountains.
Yeah. hell yeah.
Whew.
Okay, me up with the location.
Yeah, it's your turn. So green is location, brown is the problem. So green first.
Okay,
I'm moving this.
Let's get rid of that
This is
one.
one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
I am. This is. I can't even read that.
God's Fall Canyon.
God's Fall Canyon, the Slayer's Sword. Ooh, okay. Okay, so we emerge from this pass. We emerge from the very narrow pass that we're on to find ourselves in a huge sort of canyon/valley with rivers, a shining silver river that's snaking its way down the middle, looking maybe a bit like a sword. And you can see on the sides of the canyon and the valley that there's the ruins of battlefields, weapons, rusted armor and shields sticking out. There's like skeletons. There's areas where the plants are completely dead due to the like warfare done here. And you can also see in the distance a massive like CN Tower size statue that has fallen over and kind of cracked in a few places, and it's someone sort of leaping with like a lightning bolt extended from their hand, and this was a god that like fell here and died, and that's what the canyon's made of.
So are they frozen in like a falling position?
No, they're like lying sideways on the ground. They're like turned to rock and then fell over.
Okay. So there's CN Tower size, which thank you for the amazingly Torontonian explanation, but lateral, like down. Okay.
In the valley.
Listen, it was once the largest freestanding structure, so it's an important thing to know. The CN Tower, y'all.
It honestly did occur to me people wouldn't know what the CN Tower was.
I will look up how tall it is. I know it's tall. I know it's big. Yeah. I just don't know how tall.
It's just really big.
Oh, why is this meters?
Is it more than 4 stories tall? Because I don't understand anything taller than that.
Why is it in meters? Because the metric system, y'all.
Of course it's in meters.
I'm sorry, I didn't. That's so good. Oh, I love this. I'm so happy right now. Okay, no, but that description was really cool also.
It's like 1,800 feet, if anyone wants to know.
So like 600 meters?
It's like a 553.3 meter high.
Amazing. Yeah. Perfect.
All right.
So the best way for us to get through here, I think, would be that finding something to kind of go down the river, because it goes down exactly the middle. So.
Okay. It's not like a cursed river or anything. We've had a lot of problems with things looking nice. And then, how nice does this water look? Can we like touch it?
I think it's like silver.
Brown.
It looks like mercury.
We need a boat.
Oh wait, if it looks like
water
mercury.
looks like mercury.
I have just the thing. Yeah. And I'm gonna pull out a small paper crane and unfold it into a boat.
Yeah. I
just
like
that. You start unfolding it and it just
just more and more paper, yeah.
Oh my god. Is this gonna withstand the stuff the
Let's dip it in and paddle.
It's a boat. It's a magical boat, most specifically.
Oh.
If you make one of those pieces of paper a sail, I could blow it down the river.
Ooh.
Ha!
Just unfolds. It's like unfolding a newspaper at the end, like woof, but it's so big. It's like out into a sail.
Everyone's hair just flips back a little bit. They're like, wow.
I'm imagining it like the Marauders map where there's like weird inner foldy things too that like comes out. You end up with this like 3-dimensional unfolded paper.
Amazing.
All right, so if we all get in it, I'll make Boris push it. He's young. He can jump.
He'll push us off, and then Persnickety will put wind in our sails, as it were.
Wind in our sails. Okay, so I'm going to draw the problem now that we're going down the river.
It's weird to see cliff sides and not live in them at the same time.
Yeah, how is there no? These are very good cliffs. How's no one living in them?
Totally missing an advantage right here.
The Queen's Wrath.
Oh no.
Okay. So, as we float towards this fallen god statue, you see it kind of has been worn away where the river like goes through it, and as you get closer, you see it kind of like crackle around, and you see a being as big as this, the queen of the gods, the mother of this fallen hero, appear there and be like, who should come near this fallen battlefield? And they're gonna try and like, I don't know, we blast us out of existence. Remember, they're as big as the CN Tower.
And they're standing like over the river.
Yeah, like straddling the river, like gigantic, like 20-meter, 30-meter long feet.
So I have 2 spells that might work here. The first is Relbor, which is to reflect.
Ooh.
Or Quodrionis, which is become.
Reflect or become.
Oh.
Like, become the statue.
Ooh. So if anyone has anything that matches with those. What?
Yeah.
I have something that might work with the reflect, but it's very silly if we did it.
Yes.
It
This is not a very serious game.
If someone actually, it's funny. I love that we like are playing it this way because I've seen a lot of people play it very like sad and solemn and stuff like that. We are playing it so much fun. I love it. This doesn't have to be the thing. If someone has something else better, but because you have reflect, I have Tis, which is point. So I feel like we could almost be like, look over there, and then you do like a shimmy shiny, and she's like, what? Like,
just reflect her attention.
Yeah, reflect her attention away. Unless someone else.
Wait. I have. I made a word. Callum, which I put down as the smell of methane. So we could
What's that? Oh no, it's smelly!
To get her to go away from us. We're trying to make her go away, basically, at this point.
I don't think I have elevate, which if any of these, like if we need to get it up to her head.
Ooh.
Elevate the stink right up to. Well, she's the CN Tower high, which we all know exactly how high that is. 553 meters.
Tower. I did check that.
Look, is it more than 4 stories tall? Then I have no concept of how big it is.
It is at least 4 stories tall.
I live in a Southern California where there are no tall buildings.
It's really big.
We have trees taller than most of our buildings.
That's
yeah,
right.
like everything in SoCal is like 1 story.
For the most part.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. That's not.
That's no.
This is.
Twigs! They're dangerous! For tall things.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so are we using these 4 spells together to try and... Someone in chat said I left the methane stove on, so we're trying to convince her, oh no, I left my god stove on, I need to go back! I need to go back!
Did I leave the stove on?
Did I? What? Yeah, so is that what we're just basically we're using all these things. Okay, where was my word?
Okay, hold on, let me grab mine.
It was Tis was mine.
Relbor.
Okay. Tis, Kalem, Relbor, Mykonos.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone roll.
Oh my god.
I have not rolled good yet. Come on.
Let me use a different dice.
Oh no.
I got stuck in the edge. Nope. I got a 5.
I could.
3.
So
You got it?
Oh, you got a 6?
On a different dice.
That's amazing!
Perfect.
Persnickety is in the clutch.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So
Okay.
it was successful, and you get to describe how the problem is solved.
Okay, wait. Elevate. I forget what the exact words were. Other
Point.
than elevate and methane.
Point, reflect, elevate, methane.
Point, reflect, elevate, methane. Okay, so basically get like a giant. We all like speak out as one as this goddess is looking at us, and we kind of point to behind her and go, look, your methane stove. And we have elevated this cloud of like sparkling methane scented gas up to her head, and it's reflected, kind of like bouncing around her head, so it looks like it's coming from all directions. And then while she's distracted, worrying that she's about to burn down this sacred place to her son, we kind of sneak under in the boat due to Boris's like amazing pushing job.
Boris!
Just whoop. down the Mercury River.
Oh my gosh, is mercury flammable? Like,
I don't think so.
No, I think it's
Okay.
just toxic.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, don't eat it.
So that part was never in danger. It was never a worry of that. Oh, sorry. The cat is under my feet. Sorry.
Aw.
It's not combustible.
Okay.
I just googled it.
Amazing. So we get out of the God's Fall Canyon.
Oh, one of those gets to go back around.
Yeah. So you pick a word.
Reflect. Sorry. Since the hey look worked for us so well, I'm going to take back point. Which one was that?
Tiss.
Tiss, and I'll give it to Professor Hobbs.
All right. I will take that card.
Amazing. Amazing. So that was one full round of everyone getting a turn. We all have 3 or 4 magic words left on our amazing journey. This is a good point for us to take a break. So y'all should do the same. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Don't forget to stretch, don't forget to hydrate, don't forget to have something good, and take care of you. We will be back in a few with more of this awesome game of spoken magic and see where we go next. See you in a few. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Hey.
Oh, hi. How's it going? We are back from break. How are you? Did you hydrate? Are you taking care? I refilled my water bottle. I almost forgot. Very importante. Take care of yourselves. We are all, tough stuff is happening. You have to take very good care of you. Take very good care of you. Speaking of taking very good care of you, let's I didn't just hydrate, I had a bowl of ramen. Dylan, how dare you? I want ramen so bad. Everyone has been sharing photos of ramen today. And I'm just like, I want ramen so bad.
Whenever I've ordered takeout ramen, it just becomes a mess. I'm like, there's soup here and noodles over there, and oh my god.
Because like normally when you order ramen, they give you the dry ingredients in like a bowl, and then the like wet ingredients on the side, and then you mix them together. Like I always do like half at a time, and then I do it slow. I take it slow with my ramen.
That's a lot smarter. I think I've always tried to just dump everything into
You
the
dump
broth
everything in one
container.
big bowl, and you're like, I must swallow all of this.
Yeah.
I've never had professionally made ramen.
No.
I've made it myself.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh,
But-
really cool.
We don't have a ramen place here.
Oh.
Wait, really?
There's not a single one in my
What?
city.
What?
I don't understand it.
Go west, young man.
I have to drive like an hour to find a ramen shop.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Well,
Well, put
one
that
day.
on your to-do list.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll encounter a ramen shop in this game.
My Dylan, if you're still here, I want 2 expansions or 2 expansion magic types. I want my words are pizza and my words are ramen.
Amazing.
Do the food pack.
I want it. I want these this is above all other types of magic.
Food magic.
I want food
Noodles.
magic. Truly. Truly. Okay. So last Persnickety went last, so Sabine's turn is next. So we just did let's move the Queen's Wrath away. Let's move the God's Fall Canyon over there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go somewhere real nice. We're going somewhere real nice. Is everyone ready for this? Really fun, awesome. Dylan, there's really nice cards in here, right? We're gonna go somewhere like just absolutely lovely, like a field of flowers where everything you dream comes true.
What is this?
It is Whispering Fjord, a secret revealed. I mean, that's not terrible.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A
Forts are
secret
pretty.
ramen shop. Nice.
Yeah, this is a
Sorry,
perfect
sorry, I'm
place.
just joking. I just
Okay, so the Whispering Fjords. Okay, so we continued, down the Mercury River in our paper sailboat, and eventually, like the stream sort of like splits off, and splits off again, and as the branches branch, they get smaller and smaller, and eventually we kind of have to get out of the boat. We have to get out of the boat. And as we do, like, the winds start to pick up, and we see, like, rolling fjords in the distance, and it's very clear that the wind is, like, coming from there, and as it comes from there, we can just barely hear some, like, it sounds almost like the wind is, like, whispering, and as we get closer, it becomes less like stage whispering. It becomes more like it becomes louder. It's barely whispering, and then there's words. There's words on the wind where we are.
Ooh.
Are they literal words?
Like, do you mean physically? Like a word?
Like,
yes, a word bumps into Professor Hobbs.
Is it like
you
a
are
Phantom Toll booth where
yes,
just, like that's what it's like? Nice.
Professor Hobbs, you are beamed in the head.
It's like the title cards in Fringe.
Yeah.
Oh, bother! I just got beamed in the
Floating.
head by this beanwood. I wonder if we can eat it.
Lick it. Does it taste good?
Well, beans don't taste great by themselves, but takes a lick.
Does it taste like a bean?
It tastes like the platonic idea of bean.
Are we talking like green beans, canned beans, brown beans?
Oh,
I don't know how it tastes.
Sure, I will lick it as well. I think it's like your favorite flavor of beans, so I think I'm getting like those like tomato brown beans.
Whatever you think a bean is.
Yeah. Whatever your first thought is when you hear bean.
Brown beans. I'm gonna try and like bob at some of them, like you know how you hit like helium balloons and they kind of like bounce around, and see if that will like if I can send them off course and bumper car them into each other.
Try to clear a path for us.
You actually, as you bump a few of them, they bump into each other and they become new words, and they actually almost sound like they're saying like their own, like they're like, what? That? Like,
You strike them to make their word sound?
they're like
bean. Wait, it's like one of those like musical synth wall things. We could like compose a song with like words by whacking them.
What that bean bucket? Like...
Well, this seems great. I frolic.
Listen, I described a beautiful field and we got it.
Yeah.
Are we still in the boat, or are we?
No,
overland
we
traveling
had to get out of the boat.
Okay.
We had to leave the boat there because I couldn't clean the mercury off of it.
Yeah, we can't like poison other waterways.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's just sitting there now.
Okay. So the
Fjords
words
have
are
water in them, right?
Fjords?
Yeah.
Yeah, fjords have
They're-
water in them, right?
They're big cliffs with like cracks in them.
More
Right, yeah,
cliffs!
okay, yeah.
so many good clips.
We've gotten all the nautical like cards.
Yeah, so much water.
I love it. So I try to think of like a secret.
I know one.
No, don't you? That's
No, but it's a secret.
okay.
I, Sarah, am saying that's a secret that you have.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so, okay. So what happens is, as we're walking along and everyone's tasting the beans,
Just like a bean lollipop, like
We're all just passing it around.
Just finding food words and like, oh no. I like
Yeah,
ice cream.
good.
You find ice and cream and we mash them together to make ice cream.
yeah.
Okay, so as we're doing this, and mostly, okay, so what's happening is like the words are just floating by, like they're continuing, but they're kind of like whispering themselves very loudly as they're stage shouting. They're like whispering as they like go by. But then some words sort of when the bean hit Professor Hobbs in the head, it was very much because Professor Hobbs' head got in the way. otherwise they don't seem to like come at us. They seem to like float by. They seem to be doing their own word business, you know, word jumbles, crosswords, all sorts of things. But
Word
then
clouds.
yeah.
Word searches.
But then as we're walking along and we're proceeding through these fjords, daintily enjoying our beans, some words actually seem to like come down a bit, and they actually seem to come at Sabine, and it's like, rabbit, 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 dead, dead, dead. And Sabine's like, no, shh, 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 stop it, stop it. So if words came down at y'all's,
What would those words be?
what would those words be? So yeah, Sabine is like, no, and like Sabine like tries to jump on one. Stop it, go away.
It's a rabbit word and it bounces.
It hops. It like hops a step away and then comes back to Sabine. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit.
I'm
Dad,
trying to think of
magic.
the exact word.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a few. Like there's for Sabine, like
Right.
it was started with just rabbit, and then like Dad came and started hitting her, and then like magic, magic.
I think if they were to fall on Professor Hobbs, they would be the words thief and phony.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thief and what?
Phony.
Oh.
He's like,
Uh,
slander, and just kind of like swoops him off. Get away.
Yeah, Sabine's trying to lift up her words and chuck them. Like, no, stop, get out of here. That's
I think I've got fire and exile kind of.
ooh. Yeah, I think
Kind of chasing after me.
I think Sabine is too busy like fighting off her own words and like hoping you don't notice to like, you know, notice other people's words. She's like, no,
Yeah.
shh, 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 shh.
I'm definitely panicked about my own.
Yeah, Zafira's getting rained on by this word that just says lonely, and it just kind of like hovers above her head the whole time. And she's like, no one likes a downer. Come on.
Does
I think I can
Boris
use
have a
this
secret?
word. Like,
Huh?
Does Boris have a secret?
Oh, I was gonna make it like secret prince or something.
Oh my god.
Yes, please.
Run away from home. Like
Heir to an empire. The chosen one.
oh my god, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna pull our problem card from this.
Oh no. All right.
Oh my goodness. What? Oh my god.
This is so good.
This is so perfect. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Legitimacy in question.
Literally everything we've just said about ourselves
Yeah.
with this question.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Perfect.
good.
Oh my gosh. So
What do I
yeah,
have?
I think we were like walking through, and this area still looks very nice, and a lot of these words are floating by, still looking real good. But these ones that are like hounding us are just like really pulling us all down. And go ahead.
Okay.
Oh.
I have Kyodrionis, which is become.
Oh,
Which is like become what we're supposed to be.
oh my gosh.
A dead rabbit.
No, like this is like in the narrative, like this could be the turning point where we're like, no, we are taking upon these mantles and we believe in them.
Yeah.
Can I put a spell word down in opposition?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put down lay, which I've put as fisher. So if these lies are going to cause, like, I want to try and make, like, I think there'd be a fissure in the group. Like, I'm kind of judging people based on the things I've now heard about them.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Ethan, what was your word again?
Become. So, like, actually rise up and become these things that we are ashamed of.
Okay. Shoot.
That's an option.
Yeah.
If we want to play around with that.
I'm definitely in opposition.
You're definitely a hinder.
Yeah, hindering, that's it.
Yeah. I don't know if any of the words I have super fit. I have unless we want to use it against the words, I have acid, so they could become, no, that would be bad. Become acid. I have flower, and then I have fly. That's all I have. So fly is more like, I assume, like if we were to run away, or like,
or you can make them fly away.
Yeah.
I have one that maybe could work with Professor Hobbs. I have drawer, which I originally meant to be like fixing holes in socks, like darning, but like mending. And so that could be like kind of like, mending the scars in our psyche as we try to overcome this.
I think that sounds good. I'm worried my word doesn't contribute. Like, I'm not sure if I have anything that super works, but I think your 2 words work good.
So it sounds like you're rolling 2 and then an opposition.
I'm rolling 1. Okay.
Right.
So it's.
Oh yeah, I should put it down. That's right. Oh, 6!
Nice.
I only got a 3, so I didn't manage to hinder.
Okay, so it was mending and become. So these words are happening, and some of us are more like paying attention to our own words, and some of us are looking at each other. Persickety's looking around at this group like, what a bunch of
what a bunch of losers.
What a bunch of lonely phonies. But Professor Hobbs and Zafira, you both managed to come together. And what do you do? Do you trap these words? I'm trying to think of like how do you actually alter them? Do you like take them and like balloon animal them into new good words, or do you
well, because the idea of become,
yeah,
and Drew was
mending.
Yeah.
You're mending us and we become better?
Yeah, I guess. I was just like, in my head, I was just like, I'm just gonna take these words and keep them. They are my words.
Maybe you can like absorb the words.
Like accepting them, right?
Yeah, accepting them, and then like, okay, so yeah, with the 2 of you, your magic sort of almost like draws them in, but they, instead of becoming these hard things that were like hitting us and like whacking us over the head and stuff, they actually become like soft, and then they just become like light, and then they just sort of like draw in to each of us, and there's a moment where each of us brighten for a second.
I am an excellent phony professor, yes. None of you knew. Quite good at it.
That's like I turn around to Boris and I'm like, what the heck? That's a lot of words.
My exile was worth it. I was right in burning down that village.
I mean, I don't know if okay, if you feel better, that's good, I guess.
That might be a little extreme, but
yeah,
you do
there
you, I
might-
think, is the correct term.
But the fissures I was trying to create have healed over. I'm like, well, nothing you guys have done is worse than me, so I like you again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, I did that because I was trying to do a nice thing, but and I haven't done it since. So, haha, learn lessons. We all learn lessons, right?
Yeah, you live and you learn.
Yeah. And
I
sometimes you live twice when I bring you back to.
I have a great village you could visit.
I think I'll put that on hold for now.
maybe you will reach there.
Yeah.
I'm not lonely anymore because I've got friends.
Heck yeah. Professor
Forrest.
Hobbs, do you have something you want
No.
to say? Amazing. Okay. Who's next?
I guess I am?
Yeah.
Okay. Location deck.
Deck number 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Technically.
this
Actually.
is the Desert of Lost Bones.
Nice.
Why we made this.
Ooh.
Why do we make all these
Okay.
bones?
Oh, so this is the first place we've gone to which doesn't have any water.
Ooh. That could be a problem.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so why we made this. Okay, so we're kind of talking amongst each other, sometimes affirming and sometimes not. And as we do so, we kind of keep walking toward or past the fjords, and the transition between kind of like the lush greenery and towards a more or less like barren kind of wasteland happens pretty suddenly. And we find ourselves at this arid place. I'm kind of thinking like American Southwest kind of desert. So very rocky, very flat. And you, with like a couple exceptions of like a few hills and mountains. And I go, oh, I've heard of this place. A place where there's no water. That's weird, isn't it? I heard there was some kind of ancient curse that boiled away all the water here a long, long time ago. Curse ended, but the water never came back.
Scary.
Yeah, but
I don't like places without water. I like places with water. How do they keep hydrated here?
That's a really good
carry your
question.
water with you.
Yes, like me. And I pull out like 3 bottles.
Do you have a water filter with you? We could really use that here, probably.
No.
Okay.
I think Professor Hobbs's hat has changed into one of those hats with the 2 cups and the straws.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, let's keep walking. Maybe we can find like a really big cactus where we can, tap into it for water. Regardless, I think we should probably keep moving until we find some shelter for the night, because I heard it gets pretty cold around here.
But it's so hot.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Must be
I think
something.
the deserts get cold. Maybe there's like lots of clouds or something at night.
Cold clouds? Snow clouds. Is it gonna snow?
Oh,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know if
Last
I've
time I
ever
came
seen
through here-
snow.
The last time I did come here, it did snow.
Really? You've been here before?
Oh yes, I've been here.
You're
Oh,
even more well traveled than me.
We have to travel all across the land to procure rare and dangerous artifacts. That's why I'm always prepared.
Do you know if
Gestures
anyone?
at hat.
Do you know, like, if anyone lives here?
Oh, I don't know. It's been quite a while since I've been here.
Okay. All right.
We just need to hope that the dinosaurs don't awake.
Wait, what?
The bones.
I've never seen a dinosaur.
Oh, and I go in and look at what I thought was a rock, but you can actually see like the rounded end of like a femur or something. I'm like, I see.
Ah,
Bean, can you do your thing? I really want to see a dinosaur.
No.
You would be able to cross the desert much quicker.
If we rode dinosaurs.
You want me? You know, the one time I did it was a tiny little bunny, little tiny bunny, and you know.
Yes. So this is the perfect next step up. Boris, this is how we do it all the time, right? This is how
one
I
has
teach
no
you
meat.
things.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Can't
Okay.
you restore meat?
No, that is either we are going to get movement out of it, either I can restore or meat. Which do you want? Do you want it to be a big old lump, or do you want to ride around on a bone dino?
Wait, I
Dino.
think I see water over there. And I'm pointing at a mirage, like down the horizon. Hey, if you can restore this dinosaur, then we can ride it towards that water.
Okay.
Right over there.
I don't see what you're pointing at, but maybe maybe once we get higher on the dinosaur.
Professor,
Okay.
remember that like big pond over there? That's new, right?
Oh yes, the lakes of the desert move.
What?
They have tiny legs.
That
I
seems.
love this.
I believe they call them oases.
Oh, because they move away from you all the time?
Exactly.
Because you see them, but they're moving away. Oases.
So that means you have to chase them.
I'm picturing like turtles, but with bowls of water on their back.
Okay, fine, hang on. And Sabine, like, goes over to the dinosaur and actually just, like, taps on it, like, excuse me, can you wake up now, please? Excuse me, wake.
This feels like the perfect time to draw a problem card.
Yeah.
Is there a bone dinosaur card?
All right.
There is.
Oh my god! What happens?
Oh,
What does
wow.
this look like? This is unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
This is great.
Good game.
Does that mean I did it? Did I do good magics?
We
Yeah,
haven't
okay,
done a magic
okay.
yet.
So Sabine, you kind of go and you start tapping the bone. You're like, hey, Mr. or Ms. Dinosaur. And then we're all like, come on. And then you see the bone very slowly start to like shift in the dirt and like loosen slightly. And then it kind of starts to twist, and the other end of it starts to come up out of the ground. And we see on the other end, like, it's not actually a femur, it's more like an arm bone. And what's coming up out of the ground is kind of like the shoulder and neck. And then eventually, like at the very end, a skull kind of just cranes up out of the ground. And it turns, and the empty eye sockets turn towards Sabine. We'll say it's like half a CN power tall.
That's really big.
Actually, I'm not sure how big that is.
That's
4 stories tall.
okay. That's much smaller.
That's something I can get behind.
And it just kind of, it's like an apatosaurus, kind of like one of the long neck sauropods. And it like goes and like looks down at Sabine and says, who has woken me? And it doesn't seem quite friendly.
Okay, before we get to the scene, Ethan pointed out that I forgot to give a word back last time, so I'm gonna give mending to Sarah. Wait, it was Juror, wasn't it? Was mending?
Juror was mending.
Okay,
yeah.
that's it. Mending. Take mending before we get in this dinosaur fight. And then Sabine is like slowly backing up, hands raised in the sign of like, you know what I mean? Like, I told you all this was not. I didn't want to do this. He doesn't seem.
Oh my goodness, Sabine, you're so powerful. Oh my gosh, what did we just do?
Well, I think this is a great success, and because I have a word that was given to me earlier, I say we cast something to do with keep on it.
Ooh. Now this dinosaur is gonna be like a Pokemon?
Yeah.
I have the word move. Throughs.
So move, you could do that to like
Get them to move.
Mm-hmm.
We can move and keep it. Like it could be like a controlled mount. We could like
because
domesticate
we
it.
were hoping to get it to travel with us.
Keep it moving.
I
Yes.
already have Boris. Sabine can have this dinosaur.
We can all fit. You just said it's 4 stories tall.
Yes.
I feel like we can all fit on this, even unless you don't want Boris to climb on and the Boris can chase behind. But
He's young.
he's apparently heir to a throne somewhere.
So he needs the workout.
Okay. Wait, why do I have 4?
Okay.
Oh, what was? Oh shoot, I don't remember what this one was. Azir. It was.
Oh, that one was exposed.
Ooh.
So that would work.
Yeah.
Oh, I have Tiz as well. Which one was Tiz?
Point.
Point. Okay, that's not what we need.
Yeah, I meant to write that down. Okay, so I have I could do expose and sorry.
I do
just read-
also have mending, which I just got.
Yeah. So we could mend the
Grow the
Dino.
dinosaur back?
but you had keep, which I feel like was good unless we expose.
So it does say the current player may reuse a word.
Oh yeah.
So does that mean like any word that has been discarded I could try to reuse? Not like I think any of them.
Can you use any word that any of us have?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I would read it that way, yeah.
Yeah, I like literally anything.
So if it's any of them, then I could use Juror because that was
Oh yeah.
that was my word in the beginning.
Yeah, so then we could do
So you could do
mending, keep, movement. Do we want a flying dinosaur? Because no, we're gonna do expose. Do we want,
right. Yeah,
it's
that's
between.
important.
We're trying to because did only part of it come up? Or are we trying to expose the other part of the dinosaur?
Yeah,
Maybe
only
he'll.
part of it came up.
Yeah, so maybe if we expose it, he'll appreciate that we freed him. And then we can mend him, which he would also appreciate, keep him, and move on him. Maybe if we expose him and mend him, we can we can ask him nicely to take us and keep him as our friend.
I was like, can we like keep him as a friend or keep a promise or?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, so maybe the keep a promise is like, if this works out, we're using all these words to say like, hey, if you will move us to the desert, we will get the rest of you up and heal you up, like mend you all better.
Okay, so it's more like
Perfect.
an exchange sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying
Yeah.
to bargain with this dead dino. Okay, rolling.
Okay. Roll it.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, boo.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
4.
Yeah, I also got a 4. I have not rolled. You know, I feel like I should use a different die. This one has not been good to me. I'm getting rid of this one.
So we
So
got a partial success?
yeah, if no dice shows the
Yeah.
highest number, the spell is weak and only partially effective. The current player describes, how the problem is solved, but only partially or temporarily. And then once it's complete, we do the word gift.
Okay.
So how is this only partially or temporarily useful? Is it because we can't bring him back forever? So we literally only get him this one scene, we don't get to keep him forever?
That's what I
Or-
was kind of thinking. Like he says, he just kind of rumbles and like seems to consider it and says, "I accept." And then you kind of see like the winds whip around and start to expose more and more of the rest of the skeleton. And you see even like bones coming from other parts of the desert, like shifting over through the sand and then like reassembling. And then he finally like stands up and kind of like kneels down a little bit and lowers his head so everyone can climb on his back. And then we all climb on and we start chasing after the water. But after, I don't know, I would say like a couple hours, you can feel him start to falter
Oh,
as the magic starts to fade.
oh no.
Oh.
And then just as we reach one of these bodies of water, which is weirdly enough skittering away on tiny little feet, he just kind of says, "The oath is fulfilled." And he kind of like rolls forward and we all slide off of the vertebrae.
Slide off the
Aww.
vertebrae, does it make xylophone noises?
Sure. But we do find one of the oasis, which is moving away at like a fast walking speed, so we can kind of keep up with it for long enough to refill our water.
I like it.
We have to like make
Catch it.
dives to like try and like catch.
I imagine it had like little like millipede legs.
Yeah, it's like the luggage from Discworld.
Yay!
Oh my god. I love it.
I support that.
Okay.
All right.
It is Professor Hobbs next.
Professor Hobbs will draw a card.
I love the chat said I like how we're measuring all things in CN Tower Tall now. It's so good.
Oh,
The best.
Oh,
measure.
card. Yeah, sorry, we should do a
Return
card
card.
giveaway.
So I used through.
Which one do we use?
Um,
Sorry, what were they again?
I used expose.
Expose,
I used keep.
keep, move, and then I had
Mending.
mending.
Those are all good words. Those were
Yeah,
already.
those are all good.
Well, mending's still in play with me, so maybe don't
Yeah.
recycle it again.
Yeah. Okay. I think I will take keep and wait a minute. That was originally Professor Hobbs's word, right?
Correct.
And then it was Sabine's.
No, I had expose.
You had exposed. Okay, well, I will give you the word that meant keep.
I already
which
have
one
too
was
many
that?
words. I have the most words.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Never mind. I will give that back to the professor then.
I have the most words. I need to word more words.
All right. For a second, I read that as Sparrow's Raven or Sparrow's Raisin.
Oh.
This is the Sparrow Song Ravine. What's
More
missing?
water.
Oh, okay. So we walk into the Sparrow Song Ravine. We know it's called the Sparrow Song Ravine because there is a large wooden sign that says "Welcome to Sparrow Song's Ravine." Please enjoy the canoeing.
Population,
and then it's just got a picture of a bird. And this we walk past the sign, and it's nice. There's grass. You can see this like little river kind of crawling through this, kind of like, I guess we're in like a high desert area. So there's like pine trees and like smaller shrubs and tall grass. And we're walking through, we can see this, river snaking through. And then we realize we can't hear anything. There's no sounds of birds. We cannot hear the river. The only thing that we can hear is our boots crunching into the dirt below us. Otherwise, this place is silent. Ah, yes, the fabled Sparrow Song Ravine.
Can we hear you, or is your voice okay?
Oh, okay.
We still make noises.
We make noises. Okay.
Is it named for anything in specific, or is it an ambition sort of name?
Oh, no, the thought is there was once a sparrow song that was so like that of the world around it, played at just half a second off, that it cancels all the sound.
So we're not hearing no sound. We're hearing perfectly pitched sound?
We're hearing sound perfectly canceled against each other. By the way, there's only one bird who lives here. You saw it on the sign.
Oh, population one bird.
Is it a sparrow?
I believe so. No one's ever seen it.
Well, no one could hear it, so.
Very hard to find. Sparrows are quite small.
I'm going to try and make my best, sparrow call. See if I hear anything back.
I'm gonna pull a problem.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect. Oh my gosh.
Oh, one word must be profane or hindering.
Okay.
So you can profane this up. If we have profane words left. In Ancient Curse, you call out the song of a sparrow. However, there may only ever be one sparrow who lives here.
Oh no.
Oh no!
So, as soon as you call out, the sparrow appears in front of you. And sound returns around us.
Oh no.
And the sparrow shouts, "Who challenges me? This is my realm."
What did you, Persnickety, what did you just say in Sparrow?
I do.
Oh gosh.
Excellent. It has been much too long since I've had a bird battle. Who is your second?
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
All three of these people.
Forrest doesn't count anymore?
No.
All right, he's a student. He's still learning. It's okay.
I can't put his life in danger.
Yeah.
You can't do death duels until you've graduated.
Excellent, excellent. Mine is...
Oh no, not show.
And as you say that again and you mimic the voice, you hear the sound of Alskrull coming out of the ground as it's like this grassy mud monster of vaguely humanoid shape, but their head is too big.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Just
Don't-
to reiterate, the sparrow is a normal-sized sparrow, right? Like
Yes.
it's big.
And they're
Okay.
not fighting.
Okay.
It's
All right.
it's the mud monster that we
It's the
have to
mud
worry
monster.
about.
That's their second.
Okay.
All right.
You understand the stakes, don't you? Only one sparrow may live here.
Yes.
Oh no, is this a
Well,
battle
I
to the
lose
sparrow death?
If
Wait.
I lose, then you can take my voice, and there will still only be one sparrow who lives here.
That is the agreement, yes.
Wait. If we
You
win,
can't kill me.
but if
No,
we
no,
win,
no. Death is what? No, we wouldn't kill you. That's not part of the deal. No. We just ensure that you cannot sparrow any longer.
I'll bet on that. I'll take that bet.
And if you win,
does that mean we
in
have
the
to
valley.
live here?
No.
We have to live here then if we win.
Oh no.
No. I take your voice, and then we leave, and the valley has no sparrow.
Oh, then we'd have to call it No Sparrow Song Valley. I'd have to change the sign.
Well, you wouldn't be singing, so you'd have lots of time.
You're right. I would need something to do. Maybe I will take up carpentry.
I'm gonna try and. I've got purge and mending, and at first I was like, purge is the only useful one, but now I'm like, what if I mended all his carpentry tools and made that seem more like a more exciting career path?
Well, since you're having a sparrow battle and you don't have to take this, but since you're having a sparrow battle and you have to be the supreme sparrow, I was gonna give you flight. Because I have fly.
That's really amazing.
Wait, if we did purge fly, we could purge it of flying creatures.
Ooh, that's true.
I was saying, I have point, which you could use like a beak.
Oh my god, we're just turning you into a bird.
Otherwise, are you trying to find like a different way to circumvent this, or are you?
Whichever works out. Like, I'm down for
I
any
guess-
solution.
wait, no, this is my scene.
Yeah, it's your scene.
I was like, why am I asking questions? I just went
You're
into
the
GM mode is the
DM.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's like rotating GM, I get it.
I did have a word, ghoul, which I had written to be like, I had envisioned it to be kind of like one of those unexpected attacks that a cat makes from beneath the bed.
Like a pounce?
Yeah.
Or...
And so like pounce, I guess. And so I thought that might be specifically very pertinent towards a sparrow,
So
but
we did
It's like
pounce and
quick
point.
attack. We're making Persnickety into a Pokemon, and she's just gonna do a quick attack.
What if we do, like, a flying point? That's a...
I was thinking point like make a point and then because we have to fight some sort of mud monster.
like, yeah.
Flying pounce purge point. See if you...
That is such an anime like battle move.
You do a fly and pounce, and then from a point, like within the monster, it like purges outwards.
Ooh.
And then you splatter the sparrow in mud so it can't open its mouth for a little while, and then you win the sparrow off.
I like it.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
I'm using
Point. You said.
Tiz.
Yeah. I'm using Hekato.
Hakato.
I'm
Hakato
using-
Tiz.
Dalbar.
So it's Hekato Gold Tiz Dalamar. I forgot one of the fun things to do this game is try to read the
Is
entire
trying to
Yeah.
read the
Oh, that's
combined
right.
words. I forgot too. That is fun. Okay. Are you rolling?
All right.
Yeah.
We all rolling.
I'm trying a new die because I haven't gotten a single success yet.
I believe in you.
Got another 5.
4.
5.
3.
No!
So partial success.
All right.
What does this partial success look like?
I think it goes off without a hitch. You go up, you do your thing, you dive into it to expand out and split this monster in half, but you get stuck. And the monster's like, oh, and just like slowly pulls you out and just like sets you down and just like, oh, and then goes and walks back into the river and just sits back into it and just dissolves.
Oh.
Like
Did
you
I-
gave it really bad indigestion?
Yeah, I'm not mud. I shouldn't be in its body.
The sparrow just kind of looks and is like, we'll call it a draw.
Well, how about this? We leave, and then there's still only one sparrow in this valley.
Perfect. The exit's over there. You
Thank
need to
you. It's
know
a
that, or else
lovely
you can
place.
never leave.
Oh, well, this worked out.
I mean, only if you didn't want to be the only sparrow of Sparrow Song Valley.
I think you're acing the job, so I couldn't possibly live up to your legacy. I mean, you're famous. Have you ever heard of the Terror Shore? Yeah. You should come visiting entertainment there. We're always looking for new acts.
Yeah, I hand her a pamphlet. Him,
Them.
hand them a pamphlet.
Perfect. I wish I could read. He says as we all leave.
Oh God, good thing they don't have to do sign renovations.
That's why there's just a bird picture on the sign. Oh boy. Well, that went well. I feel like that went very well.
Yeah.
Let us recover.
Yeah, what are we keeping?
What was goal?
Pounce, basically.
I like pounce. Pounce is a good word. Let's go ahead and give that to Sarah.
Cool.
Woo, woo.
Gonna go. Big card.
And yeah, we're
Okay.
getting low on
Okay.
cards.
Yeah.
Pounce. Okay, I got pounce and mending.
Mending pounds.
Okay. So I think I'm up for location.
Yes.
Pull a
Okay.
card.
This is. Wait, let me move this over to the zone.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Irie Tower. That which follows.
Ooh.
Okay. So, as we make our way towards the exit of Sparrow Song Valley, we see, despite the claims of there only being one sparrow here, we can actually see this tall, dark, gloomy, cloud-encircled, mist rises from the ground tower with like crowny, I think they're called crenellations, like that iffy castle stuff on the top. And you can see a few large ravens kind of cawing around it, flying in and out of little windows in it. And they all kind of stare at us as we walk by. But, you know, I think this is cool. We're going to keep going for a while. But as we walk, it starts to feel like you might see a flash of wings out of the corner of your eye. And you turn around, there's nothing there. And it's like a lovely sunny day, and we're in like a lovely path. It's where like, let's say like it's like a wilderness meadow, and we're just meandering through. But then you see a flash of feathers out of the corner of your eye. You turn around, and still nothing there. Keep walking. And you start to get the sense that you're being followed by something you can't see.
Does anyone
Pretty
else?
sure all the undead are back at the Shores of Terror, right?
Yeah, I mean, aside from that, like one lich that was a little bit of an outlier, we mostly have done a good job of keeping them across the chasm. I feel like, right?
Yeah, I mean, like it was hard enough for us to cross. I can't see how a zombie would get across. But I kind of see what you mean, because I'm just like, and I kind of like immediately like see something and kind of jump around. What was that? I swear I heard a flap, a single flap. Did that sparrow follow us?
Well, he did. The sparrow. They were very keen on their location. I don't feel like they would give it up.
You're right.
If we can't see it, we can't not see it. And Hobbs closes their eyes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your hat has blinders or something.
Oh, right. And just like pulls a little string and like blinders come down.
Is it like a little curtain? Does it go like?
Yeah. Ooh, as you close your eyes, suddenly you can hear right behind you like loud flapping. As you lose your vision, the sound comes in strong in your ears of a singular bird flapping maybe like 5 feet behind you.
And then I'm going to turn around and pull the blinders back up.
And it disappears. You can't hear anything. You can't see anything.
I'm very close. Very close, I think.
Maybe if we all stand so that we're making a circle.
Ooh, like
but we're all
back to
facing
back to
the
back.
outside. Yeah.
Are we letting Boris in?
Boris, you feel like you're up for this? Okay. All right. Yeah, this can be like your final test or something.
It's a strong and silent type.
Yeah. All right, so we all like I don't know why I'm thinking of us all like linking arms.
Yeah.
No, this gets pulled away.
Oh no, I support that. Let's link our. Okay.
Right.
So we form up, now looking in all directions, and I'm
we,
going
like,
to
awkwardly side shuffle or
Keep moving.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pull the problem card now. So
Good plan.
let's see what happens. This is a prophecy fulfilled.
Did we accidentally do like some sort of prophecy motion?
Oh my god, we accidentally did a ritual?
No, as we're wandering around, Boris suddenly out of nowhere goes, ah, and you see these giant crow go down to the sky and try and carry Boris off.
Oh no!
Because he's like the king of prophecy, and the ravens
Oh,
have come to collect him.
I might.
The secret prince! The secret prince!
I have the perfect spell for this. I have keep.
Oh yeah! Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, I know what I want to use. It doesn't seem like it should work. We are in like a field, and then there's the tower up ahead, right?
The tower's behind us. We've been walking away from it.
I want to use flower because Professor Hobbs is using keep, and I want the plants to rise up and like try and grab Boris to like pull him back down to us.
I could add pounce. These are pouncing keep flowers.
Ooh, the famous pounce and keep flowers. We all know those.
Yeah, the cattails.
Oh my god. So my word is Zarosa.
I only have one word left.
Mine's cool.
Mine is it's Cimarron, which I put down to mean last, or lost. But I'm not sure that would work in this situation because the spell so far is very much focused on like bringing him back and not necessarily exploding other things. So
yeah,
unless yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead.
Nothing I was gonna say, unless like you put like protecting pods on the flowers that like blast out at the enemy. I don't know, what were you thinking?
Or it could be a hindrance because I'm like, Boris can go away.
I didn't think you want Boris to go away.
No, that's right. My epiphany was that I have friends now. Okay. No. Yeah.
Unless you want to use it as a hindrance because you accidentally, when he got lifted up, went blast, and like it was like a swear.
Started all of
and it started a like reaction because your words are profane.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just it's fun.
It was one of your accidental power swears.
How I learned my true nature.
Okay. Come on. I want to roll this somewhere else because I'm like, I've been rolling so.
Not working.
5.
4.
Oh!
I got a 1, so.
All right.
So what does this look
You
like?
say Boris.
So we did say Forest. Okay, wait, I gotta say this. Zarosa Cimarron Kefris Ghoul. I like Zarosa. That's a great word.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically we all reach out, and elemental and healing and healing magic comes out. Where it's like, no,
Yeah.
that's my belonging. I want it back. Reaches out, and manages to basically get into a tug of war with Boris over this raven. But we managed, the plant is stronger than the bird, and we do manage to get Boris back to us.
And I'm like, why were those birds so intent on grabbing you, Boris? And Boris is just like,
They call the prophecy, God, the prophecy, as they like flap away slowly.
Oh yes,
Remember
the prophecy for the God King. Yes, yes.
What? Boris, is
about
there
a
something
golden
you're not
throne.
telling us?
I was just, left behind at the amusement park. Found me in a basket. I had this sword over here that I never have to sharpen, but I just keep it. It's a keepsake from my parents. I don't even know who they are.
Yes, yes.
I'll figure it out eventually. That's why I've been learning magic.
He was found in a basket. Did someone float him down the lazy river?
It's actually down the log ride. They only
Oh my
noticed because
god.
the thing took the picture.
Oh my goodness. That's why they thought the staff was like there, and they just saw a picture with like a baby going like down the falls.
Well, that sounds really inconsequential. Like, they probably just were like tired of you or something.
Yeah.
It's an excellent sword, though, and I would like to study it.
Okay.
Excellent, excellent. And takes it and puts it in his vest pocket.
I was gonna say, did Boris just give his prophecy sword to the thief?
I thought we all grew above our sadness words.
Oh, no, I accepted mine.
We'll work this out when we get back.
Oh, no, I'll definitely return it. So I'm only borrowing it.
Okay, I get to return one of those words, right?
Yeah. One word.
What were they again?
Flower.
Last.
Keep.
I like flower. You give flower to Zafira.
I was trying to think of how else to use it, like words that mean multiple things are the best words for this game. Do you know what I mean? Words with like multiple meanings. I have to remember that next time I play this game. Like
Actions are also very good.
Yeah.
Like all of mine I think are actions, and they've like, oh yeah, I could use this. This is pretty easy to use. Much easier than my last one.
So
one more.
So we all walk off into the sunset with God King Boris.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Last location. What is it? Thunder Valley. How we pass the time. Oh, that's kind of a nice that's kind of a nice one. Okay, so we just came from well, just before this, before the crow attacked, we just came from like that silent sparrow valley where there was like no sound, and then we got attacked by crows. Found out Boris was a god king prophecy man, and then we enter, like, it just starts getting like darker and darker and darker, and there's this widely open space, and as it gets dark, suddenly it gets very bright because a huge bolt of lightning crashes down, and there's a huge like boom, and like this, several of them happen in rapid succession, and then there's nothing for a moment, and I think we all stop. I think Sabine at least stops and looks at Professor Hobbs like, do you know this place? Is it safe to go? You're muted.
We should probably take shelter. I was actually just like thunder crashing while he was trying to talk.
Oh, really?
And just, we should probably find shelter.
Oh. You think? I mean, it seems pretty okay. Boom, 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 boom.
It lets to hold the lightning rod.
I accidentally set a few small little embers off because I'm cursing.
I'm kind of panicking and running around in circles. This is really scary, guys.
Okay. I mean, we just found out that Boris is really important. I mean, we shouldn't put him into danger anyway. He's a student, but also now it turns out he's like a god king, so we definitely shouldn't give him a lightning rod. So I guess a hole in this. There's like, oh, it's like home. It's like there's like a hill with a hole in it, like a hobbit hole. Not unlike. It's like, oh, it's not quite as like we get over to it, and it's not quite as cozy as home. There's no like, rigging or masts or former boat pieces or like, any of that good stuff. But it's still a pretty cozy looking hole.
It'll work. I like it.
Outside.
Run!
Oh, hurry!
Yeah. So we go in, and Sabine turns to Zafira and is like, ooh, you know what would be great? A fire. I'm sorry about this. Steps on your toes.
Shit! And then there's a little...
Oh my god.
Excellent. We can make some tea. Takes off his hat, pulls out a teapot.
Well, this is surprisingly nice. Like, I think we're all able to like settle down. It kind of like the hole goes back into like a fairly nice rounded space. We now have like a little campfire. Professor Hobbs is making us all tea. We're all able to like sit here and enjoy this for a second. So I'm kind of missing home. I don't know about all of you. What do you think?
I thought I'd outgrown that place, but I kind of want to go live back there. Better than out here.
Well, the journey's not much further. Probably the last cart is coming up.
I thought you said the last cot, and then I was like, oh, I know what you said.
Card.
Yes.
Card.
Yes, this gods play cards with the universe, and we suffer.
No, I meant
But
literally.
hopefully.
No. He pulls out like a deck of cards that is like, so first we go here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and then that's Sparrow Song Valley, and then and then
What?
Thunder Valley, and then the last card's a little smudged. I can't quite read it, but it's the last one.
Why have you written out all the places we've gone on little cards in your pocket?
No, this is my map.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Is it like a deck of cards?
Yes.
So you can only
Be
go
sure
in one
not to
direction.
shuffle them. Please do not shuffle them.
Is this one
That
of
would
your
be disastrous.
one-time use magical artifacts?
Oh no. This
Not
is just how
one-time use, single
This
use.
is just how I catalog my journeys.
So you've done this
What
exact.
do you do if you turn?
What do you mean?
Like, we've just been walking in a straight line. What if you go to the right? How do you put that in your deck of cards?
I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been following the shoreline, and then we went into a mountain pass, and then a series of valleys. There's only one direction.
Okay, you're right.
If you want to turn left off the mountain, please do on our way back home. I would love to see what happens.
Okay, I will experiment then, but I'm kind of suspicious. Don't really want to do anything you want me to do.
That is totally and absolutely reasonable.
Persnickety, did you bring any rations? Feeling a little
Yes.
peckish.
And I start like pulling out, like I've got mint tea, and I've got Earl Grey, and I've got peppermint, and I've got some bars here that are strawberry flavored, and I've got some bars here that are raisin flavored, and I have some dried soup, and I have some dried eggs, and I have some citrus tablets, and starts just like pouring out like half her pack as food.
But it's all like dry food that you add water to because you're like a watery elemental.
Well, we can just leave it
and it's
outside
lighter.
for 30 seconds. It's raining.
If lightning strikes it, will also bake.
Like it's
Are we
literally
frying the bacon?
like
Have you ever had lightning struck bacon?
No.
it seems to be
Have you?
happening like at a very specific instant. So I feel like if you wait until there's like a little pause and you just like chuck it outside.
I will try and time it and cook the bacon with a thing of lightning.
Just get a fork and stab it through the fork and then chuck it.
I'll try that. I'll chuck the bacon out.
As it's flying through the air, the lightning is like poof.
Did it explode the bacon, or is it still edible?
The fork is sticking out of the ground, tines up, still holding the bacon across the top, and there's like a little electric like zzz, zzz, zzz.
But the taste is quite shocking.
I will try and eat it. This might be a bad idea.
Let's pull our cards. This
is a good time for
I
our-
was gonna say there was like a hole in the back of the cave with spooky stuff in it, but this is
Maybe.
better. Let's have electric bacon and see what happens.
Oh my
Spooky cave,
god.
electric bacon, same difference.
Oh my god. What?
What?
Crunch, crunch. This is really crackly, actually, guys.
Wait a minute.
The crystal of Ozarkai is broken. Oh god! What? So the bacon. You threw out the bacon into this like magical lightning storm. It got zapped and is like crackling, and you go to eat it, and you're like, "Dang, this is crunchy." But it wasn't just electrified bacon. It had been crystallized. And by you crunching it, so you take a bite out of one end of the bacon, like hump, and out the other end, this like dark, like almost like a black swirling cloud starts to like swirl upwards, and inside the cloud there is like lightning like centralized on this figure, and its voice booms out like thunder.
Oh no.
Who dare bite me?
Oh, it's the Thunder Pig God. I wonder where he went.
I have the perfect spell for this.
What happened here? This is the best.
The crystal is broken. I have mending.
Oh my gosh, that's a great plan to get it back in the crystal. Ooh,
I
okay.
just pull little shards of crystal out of my teeth.
Oh my god.
Or you just like spit them all out because you're in a rush and you're like,
Yeah. Trying to spit all over the ground.
The only word I have left is acid. So unless I just like throw some acid into the storm cloud person.
Maybe we need acid to like as like our reagent. Like it needs to activate the crystal to like fuse together.
It makes it more what's the term? It like makes it softer so you can like actually fit things together.
Yeah, it makes the crystal more susceptible to the mending spell that happens next. Okay, so I'm softening the crystal with acid.
I'm gonna hinder here.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna try to borrow it.
Ooh. The crystal or the creature or both?
Mostly their lightning powers.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Which might get in the way of whatever you're doing.
Yeah, okay. My card is Alka.
I have Zarim.
What's Alka mean?
Alka is acid.
Oh, okay.
That's mine.
Oh. Like alkaline.
Yeah, that was my thought.
I super want to use flower, but I'm not entirely sure how.
May we like reform it into a flower pattern?
Maybe
So it's more exciting.
Maybe we don't want it to go back into a crystal. Maybe we want to mend it into something new. Maybe we want to like amend it.
Oh, like sort of like destroy it, reform it into a new powerful crystal.
Yeah. Like
one that would like re-trap the spirit, maybe.
If we're doing that, then borrow I think helps.
Oh.
Because we're trying to borrow its power and diffuse it into
like the earth almost.
Yeah. Like we're trying to put this thing back into the earth, basically. Into the valley.
Because like what grounds electricity? Like literally we're trying to ground it. Literally with flower power.
I like that. I really like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So what are the words?
I'm pulling mine out.
It's Alka, Zerosa, Zarim, drawer? Alka, Zerosa, Zarim, drawer. And it's funny because Professor Hobbs has a second where he's like, take this thing? No, okay.
Well.
And so Persnickety like bites down on this thing and is like, oh, we have to like recapture it and recognize. Sorry?
I just said Pokemon.
He's saying Pokemon.
Like, I would say Persnickety even recognizes it the most as a like fellow elemental sort of like powered thing. And I think Sabine sees this battle starting to like happen, and it's not, the thing isn't weak enough yet, and so like uses the acid power to like soften it. And I think that's when Zafira realizes that we can't just turn it into what it was before. I'm trying to
I yell like, "Oh, fuck!" And then
yeah, I was trying to think like, how do your words of like profanity become like this beautiful, soft little flower? Like it literally like goes down.
I was just thinking like, because my magic is driven very much by like a force of will born out of frustration. And so that's kind of like
so like wasn't working right away, and you got like,
and I was like, oh crap, like sort of thing.
Yeah, and like that I think like you saw and recognized it wasn't working, and like but your like frustration actually kind of like rejiggered it into this other thing, and it went down. And I think for a second this little flower actually like gives off a little bit of like the same like crackling, like but for the most part it is now grounded. And actually the clouds near us clear a little bit. Like the sky doesn't fully clear, but like it sort of settles back down a little
like
bit.
It's absorbed some of the
yeah. It has
yeah.
like it has calmed down some of the like the ferocity of this storm.
I like that.
Should maybe we should all go back inside and get a rest before we head home. That was a lot.
Yeah, let's have some real bacon later when we get home.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, not like electric bacon.
Yeah, this world is a bit wilder than I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, that was certainly an adventure, but I'm ready to go home.
Right.
So
Same here.
I think we go back in the cave and we all spend like the evening resting and preparing to go home because we have used up all our words and we are now, as the game calls, speechless. So as the last word is used to cast a spell, no more cards are drawn. Each player takes an additional turn to share what they have learned about magic over the course of the journey. And then we're going to go around in reverse order playing the location cards that you drew and describing what we see as we take the path home. So what happens in our like do we have to like the tea, like it wasn't even that long of a battle, the tea is still warm.
Yeah.
So we go in.
You eat it all.
So we basically, I think, like, is this when we rephrase our words, or is that at the end?
That's that's when we get home. When we get home, yeah. So when you arrive at home, every player writes a short phrase in their index card that starts with "My words are," and indicates how their words have changed through the sharing.
Okay. So right now, we're talking about what we learned about magic.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I think I've always had to kind of just do things in the moment when they're needed of me and had to kind of do my stuff by myself. And I think our magic were all very different kinds, but it all works very well together.
Some would say that magic is all about give and take. And you can't just take everything.
Wow, Professor Hobbs.
That's very mature.
Wait, is that still part of the that's what everyone says and there's a but waiting?
Don't use your profane words with me.
Yeah, but absolutely filthy.
It's spreading. Oh no.
I think that all the spells I prepared for today were very destructive in mind, and I think I've learned how to use my magic to help people and to, resolve issues and work with others instead of just blowing things up.
Yes, I've learned a lot about not underestimating my students. And also, I have had a hard time feeling like my magic could actually help others, since it's usually born out of a very impassioned reaction to some frustration. But this has been good. This is a good journey, and glad I have some real friends.
Hey.
If you need more frustrations...
Except for maybe you.
If you need more frustrations, I have plenty of adventures planned.
Do you see how long I lasted wiping floors at the Shores of Terror? What were you going to say, Sabine?
I kind of wanted to ask Professor Hobbs if they had a different map deck of cards for a different journey.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Quite a few. Sometimes I pull them at random and see where I go.
Oh, that's fun.
That's
Okay.
handy.
Yeah, I actually don't know where I found this. It was just in my pocket one day.
Well, that's mysterious.
Speaking of which, I found treasure in this hole.
Which hole? What hole?
The one we're
one we're
in
in.
right now.
Hole in the earth?
Yes.
Ah.
They left all the silverware, and I'll be taking that back with me.
Right, because taking things is okay if you call yourself a professor.
It belongs
there's
in a
much-
museum.
We don't know who lived here or any of that information, and I can't do my studies here. I don't want to be electrified.
That's a very good point. It was not good. It turns your food into crystals.
Yes, doing them a service, really.
and then those crystals into monsters.
And then the monsters into flowers. It is the
that part was-
circle of magic.
The natural circle of magic. Bacon, lightning, bacon, crystal, flower.
Yes.
Shall we head back home?
Yes.
Yes.
So I think
I've
we
got
have
a certificate to sign.
yeah. So I think we rest a little bit in Thunder Valley, and then in a moment where it's clear and we're all feeling better, we head next back to the Ivory Tower. Oh, that did not go in where I wanted. I wanted it to go on top.
It might be better to.
Oh, you know what? I'll just delete as we go.
Yeah, that works too.
I think the birds have calmed down at the Ivory Tower. They've given up on trying to get their God King to return.
He doesn't have the sword anymore, so maybe they don't recognize him.
They like come down, like almost like poking at him with their bird faces, but almost like a dog, like sniffing. They're like, the sword, the sword, where's the sword? The sword.
Sword.
Bob's just that's their best pocket.
How does Boris feel about this?
I think he would make eye contact with Professor Hobbs and then not say anything. Just judge. The promises of future confrontation.
It's saving us time right now. Hush, hush.
Okay. So continuing past that, I guess.
Sparrow Song Ravine.
As we pass back through, there is again that's silence, except for a moment. The silence breaks, and we just hear a "Get out of here!" What are you doing back here? No, go! Don't want to have to fight you again. And then the silence starts again.
Amazing. Desert of Lost Bones.
We walk back through the desert and we come across the fallen bones of our dinosaur friend. But we see the position has shifted slightly, and we can see that he has kind of drawn in the sand a little heart, and then next to it he's written "Safe Journey Home."
Oh,
That's cute. Dino Friend was actually very nice. I'm glad they didn't eat us.
yes.
So we head, after we get out of the desert, we head back to the fjords, and we're walking along the hill, and we're not being attacked by the words, and as we look around, we can see the words are hanging out down in the water, and they're just like, you can hear like little whispers of them being like, rest, nice, water, like, as they like, relax, sigh, the word sigh, not a sigh, the word sigh,
That's great. Okay.
Next is the God's Fall Canyon.
Yeah. I think you now notice that apparently in this time, something must have happened, and there are now 2 giant CN Tower sized statues. So the one that remains is standing, like legs poised over the river, looking around in confusion.
Whoops.
And she also got frozen there.
Oh no. Just permanently in that state of confusion forever.
Yep.
Well,
Tragically.
that wasn't our fault, right? We don't need to feel bad about this.
No, something clearly happened after you left.
Okay,
This
good.
thing happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I mean, this is just a canyon that collects gods, right? Oh, we should get Boris out of here really quick. Come on, Boris. Let's go.
Yep, don't touch the river, Boris. Let's just keep going.
We're sailing back up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Titan Tooth Mountain.
Oh. When we return, we don't hear the singing songs of the fairies. But they didn't die in whatever we did. And now they're just like having, I don't know. They're just kind of like sitting around that little town, the abandoned town that they're sort of like reliving in. And they've learned new ways to, they're not singing anymore. They're playing instruments. They're still playing music. So we just hear like a tiny little violin and drums and a flute as we approach, but it doesn't have the same like magical, like intoxicating effect. It's just pleasant. And we just we get into town and it's playing like JRPG town music. And we do some shopping there and make sure we have enough potions.
I like it. I do some shopping, get some more tea.
The Gilded Reef.
Okay, so as we start to approach like the edge of the resort, we kind of like walk up gingerly to the gates. Everything kind of looks like the original glamour that we've seen before, but then there's a really hurried oh no, not you again, and then the gate slams shut.
Yeah, I don't think spas are for us.
Yeah, that's spa, that special place area. It wasn't special in a good way. You know, sometimes special isn't always good. Like it was like the bad kind of. It was not a good area.
Yeah, I agree. Our town is way nicer. So much better.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep, let's head out of there.
And the oh wait, no.
Nope, we have one more.
Oh no, yeah, it's this one. That's what I meant. And it's the last one, and then we're home. It's the fracture. So as we like pass by, we get past the spa. We we head back towards like the bridge that takes us over the fracture, and we could see like that same sort of like wispy energy, but it seems to have like calmed down somewhat. It's like pretty chill. And as we pass by and like look over, like, hey, you know, it's nice to see you. We're almost home, and thanks for all you do, keeping like the undead where they are and stuff like that. And the fracture, like the arcane magic stops for a second and like chills out, and then it actually like flares up, and there's like a and your pole comes out and it floops it onto the ground.
It floops it?
It floops it.
Does it just kind of like unravel?
Yeah.
I'm so pleased. Thank you so much, Fracture.
Gooey is it? Is it gooey?
Oh. There's actually like it seems normal until you like extend it and it kind of like it like does a little puff of arcane energy. It's not every time when you like close it, it collapse it or extend it. It goes like pa hoop pa hoop.
I love it. Improvements only, clearly.
And then we're home. We're back. We're back to the shores of terror, our beloved home. The sweet, the soft, the wonderful, the magical, the mystical, the shores of terror.
Where you can hear the sound of waves lapping upon the beaches, and the subtle sound of scream.
It's the log ride.
Yeah.
And the haunted house.
I was gonna say,
and the maze of mirrors.
And just the
love it.
ongoing, like, all the undead staff just always being like, ah, like, always, there's always an underlying, like, ah. Oh, I think that means they're happy that we're home. That's so nice.
It's us.
Oh, we missed you too, undead.
Oh,
Well, I would consider that a fantastic expedition. Thank you all.
It was very good. I'd be curious to see one of your other maps sometime, Professor.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
well, I'll have to draw some more.
All right, Boris, let's get a stamp on your diploma. I can't remember what words I've used to describe this.
certification.
You're graduating!
You did a thing.
As a graduation present, I offer you this sword.
And he like gingerly takes it and is like, is this the same sword?
Oh yes, yes. But you also have to take this deck of cards.
Takes the cards. Am I cursed now?
Only if you don't complete the journey.
Ah, a threat.
No, not a threat, a prophecy.
Oh, never had one of those before.
It's the same one. Well, I'm off to sell all these forks I found.
Oh my
Let's go
god.
get you a funny hat. Mortarboard.
Amazing. So when you arrive home, sit in silence, maintaining the silence. Everyone writes a short phrase on their index cards, starting with, "My words are," to indicate how their words have changed through sharing.
Oh, so this is like redoing
Yeah.
That first
the
sentence.
first thing that we had. Okay.
Okay, I'll go first. If everyone else is still thinking. My words are stronger than I care to admit.
Right.
I want to say my words are adventurous.
That's fun.
My words are constructive instead of destructive.
Aw.
My words are blessings in times of need.
Aw.
Aw, yay.
That's really sweet. My words are Boris. Dylan. Oh my god.
That's a new card. You got to do it now, Dylan.
Yeah,
Said
that's. Don't explain. Seriously, Dylan, don't explain it. Just make that a card now. Don't explain it to anyone. It's totally fine. It's gonna go great.
Boris can be whatever you want him to be.
Yeah, Boris is anything and everything.
Here's your own sidekick.
Amazing. That's it. We played Spoken Magic. You did it.
You did it.
I hope everyone enjoyed. I thought that was a really fun story that we told.
It was
So
fun.
good.
Sorry, I took it a very irreverent tone.
No?
I mean, I feel like we all did.
Yeah. I thought it was good.
I think most games I've ever participated in have sort of turned into Discworld style. Or like,
It's a fun style.
That was fun. Well, let's go around. We'll go in the opposite order, starting at the end and working backwards. And why don't you tell us who you are, where people can find you, and your favorite thing about this game.
Okay. I'm Sarah. I'm Hella Fine Photo on Twitter and Hella Fine Photography on Instagram because they're mainly cosplay photography accounts. And I'd say my favorite thing about this game was definitely I haven't really played any games like this where it's kind of collaborative world building before, and I really like that. I really like being able to be like, oh, I've got this idea, and then someone else would be like, wait, that idea, but this way, and be like, that's even better.
Yeah. It's considering you've never like played any game like this before, you were like right in there.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
Yeah. It's like DMing, but like, because that's what I love, but it's like shared DMing, like collaborative DMing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone DMs together. There's no one DM because we're all the DMs.
Yeah.
So GM-less games are actually just GM full games.
Yes. Timeshare on the GM seat.
Perfect. Ethan.
Hello, I'm Ethan. You can find me at Super Robot Bear on Twitter, where I have a bunch of other stuff linked because I make games. I have a couple supplements and games. If you like card games, I have one called One Last Fight. It's very fun. You and a bunch of friends go through a dungeon and fight the end boss. It's all deck building, card prompts, some dice rolling. And my favorite thing about this game is it is available on Itch.io and Roll20 for you to purchase, and you should, because not only is this a fun game, but Dylan is also a wonderful human being, and I wish more people play this game. It's very good.
It's very good. And Sharon.
Hi, I'm Sharon. You can find me at Chewbacca is my Twitter handle. My favorite part of this game was making a word list based off of a theme and then trying to smash it together with other words to come up with a spell. The wordplay was really fun. I was a little surprised at how fun it was, and I really enjoyed that part of this game.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for playing. This was a ton of fun. So much fun. If you're here watching with us right now, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And I have posted some links over in the chat so you can find these cool folks who played and this awesome game and other stuff that Dylan does, because Dylan is heckin' cool and you should go check out all his stuff. And we were playing, Dylan was kind enough to give me this Roll20 version a while back. So Dylan has just informed us that the new, the sparkly, the shiny, and fully featured Roll20 version will be up in the market on Monday. So go pick up this game. It is so good to just like jump into. It does not take a lot to learn. Once you sort of get rolling with it, it takes you along for the ride. It is very, you know what I mean? Once you've built your words, like everyone was saying here, we kind of just all built this together, and it was very easy to follow along with the prompts. It is such a good game. So get this game and write some fun or freaky or weird or spooky or sweet, whatever kind of stories you want. because that's something you can do with a GM-less game. Just make it up as you go. Yeah, so if you are watching later over on the YouTubes, I will put everyone's information and this game information down below, so you can go find it. So go find these things and go get these things. I'm Jess, this is my channel. Thank you so much for being here, for hanging out, for checking out with us today. You can find me Echo_JG right here if you're here on Twitch or YouTube. Thanks for being here. If you didn't already, hit the follow or the bell or the like or the subscribe. I don't know what the buttons are where you are, but you know, hit buttons. If there's buttons, press them. Thank you. And yeah, hang out with me. If follow me on Twitter if you want to see when I'm doing stuff. You can check my itch.io page for games that are good. Not this good, but good. You know, one day I will have a game that is this good. This game is awesome, honestly. It is so heckin' good. And yeah, thank you just for being here, for hanging out. Hopefully we can hang out some more later. In the meantime, we're gonna go raid some cool folks who are playing board games right now. They are known pretty succinctly as Board Game House. So that kind of works, you know? It makes sense. So let's go raid them, go show them some love. Thank you all so heckin' much. Have a good rest of your Friday night, or, you know, whatever day it is, because who knows what day it is anymore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Have a good whatever. Archibase, see you all later.